Earth.
Air.
Water.
Fire.
For the longest time, the four nations have lived together in harmony. Under the wise leadership of Avatar Roku, the world has experienced an era of peace and prosperity. But with the recent death of Avatar Roku and the arrival of a strange comet in the sky, members of all nations feel the winds and tides of change. With the search for the new Avatar only just beginning, the world seems poised on the brink of conflict. But without the Avatar, who will save the world?
My name is Bree, also known as Pretty Pixel, and I am playing Sherva, a warrior from the Fire Nation.
I play Mako, a firebender from the Fire Nation.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Oki, a waterbender from the Northern Water Tribe.
I'm Brandon, and I'm Rung Bolo, an earthbender from the Earth Nation.
Hey, I'm Dave, and my character is Al, the airbender from the Air Nomads.
And I'm Owen, the dungeon master of this ragtag group of members of all four nations. Hello, and welcome back to the Lost Archives. How are we all doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Say hello, lovely people. Hello.
Hello.
Lovely people.
Hello. I've realised I have that hilarious issue where my hand is once again in Brandon's face. I will fix that up while we do this little introduction. No, that's my fault. My webcam transformation. I'll take more off it. But how you all doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you've had a lovely week. It's not been too crazy. It's been fun, challenging, but hasn't taken too much out of you. That'd be nice. I'd like a week like that. That would have been good. Thank you everybody who joined us for the D&D stream last night. We had an absolute blast with our Tyranny of Dragons campaign. It was lots and lots of fun. So thank you everybody who joined us for that. We are going to be doing another Pokemon Arceus stream on Saturday morning. So if you're keen to watch more of that, come and check it out. I will be continuing with the main story now that I have got up to my 6th star rank without even doing any... I think I haven't even done the first thing with Cleavor yet, the first noble Pokemon yet. So I've just been researching Pokemon and grinding it in the background. I have put together a YouTube video, which I'll post up shortly, of that sped up. About 6 hours worth of play sped up to about 20 minutes at hyperspeed, where it's just literally cut shots of me throwing Pokeballs and catching Pokemon. Because I figured no one would want to watch that. So I've cut it down and made it a bit more palatable, shall we say. So, yeah, stay tuned for Pokemon Legends Arceus. Tonight, however, we're playing Avatar Legends. So, buckle up. We have a bit of a recap for tonight. As we head into episode 10, we are going to learn the price of a wish. Now, our story has been following Sherva and Mako of the Fire Nation, Rung of the Earth Kingdom, Oki of the Water Tribe, and Arl of the Air Nomads, the children of important ambassadors of each of the four nations. They've been attending a historic summit at the Beifong estate. With the recent death of Avatar Roku and the arrival of a strange comet in the sky, omens of war and conflict seem numerous. After being captured by the Dai Li, the group have managed to escape into the Si Wong Desert. After some assistance from a friendly sandbender, the group sought refuge in the Misty Palms Oasis and acquired a sandship of their own. Spending some downtime, the group discussed their plans and prepared for the journey ahead, but after Mako revealed his identities to Earth Kingdom soldiers, the group were forced to flee the Oasis with 2 Earth Kingdom students in tow who were searching for the lost library of Wan Shi Tong. After locating the library deep within the desert, the group spent some time exploring and learnt some interesting information from various historical and bending scrolls contained within. However, their time in the library was cut short by the arrival of a number of firebenders and Fire Nation soldiers, which led to an enraged Wan Shi Tong sinking the library deep into the sands. The team then made their way toward the Si Wong Rock, a giant magnetic meteorite in the center of the desert. After bluffing their way into the Fire Nation outpost set up alongside the rock, the party realized that the Fire Nation were in the process of mining and refining the rock into extremely strong magnets. Pretending to be students from Ba Sing Se University, the team were introduced to an older Earth Nation student, Cole, and Fire Nation students Shah, Jared, and Jared. While Rung read his first book, on rocks of course, and Mako spoke with Cole about the spirits of aquatic life in the desert, Oki discovered that the buzzard hornet slime could be mixed with refined rock dust, the refined magnetite dust, to create a flammable substance She, Sherva, Arl, and the Fire Nation students started creating small explosions using this new discovery. The fun was not to last, however, as Sherva accidentally used her real name. I think you used Oki's real name, and you also used Arl's real name as well? Did you go? Was it 3 for 3?
Me?
Yeah.
I used Mako and my own.
Mako on your own. It must have been Oki who used her. Then.
I didn't use my name.
You swear? All right.
Oh no, she did. No, continue the gaslighting. Yes, you did.
Well, I was about to say actually. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I'll fix up the cameras in a second, guys. I'll fix that in a minute. Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned gaslighting. Because Arl, not sure whether Shah was onto them or flirting with him, decided to go with her as she headed down towards the campsite. Cover blown, Arl was then forced to use airbending and gaslighting, a new bending power, gaslighting, to prevent the Fire Nation soldiers from realizing the group's real identity. When this failed, the team fled to the top of the rock, rigged it to blow, and attempted to escape. Detonation, however, triggered a chain reaction, leading to the top half of the rock collapsing in on itself. The resulting boom that echoed across the desert initially seemed to have no effects, but after a few moments, it was revealed that the ocean spirit, this giant whale-like spirit that had been in the desert, had been hiding in or under the rock, and as a result, was released. A number of the ghostly fish emerged, and Mako, seeing his chance at quickly getting a wish, managed to capture one of these ghostly fish and take it back to the spirit of the ocean. Presenting it, Mako made an incredibly vague wish, but luckily, and due to some very nice rolls, was able to get across the intent behind his wish, to undo his mistakes at the Beifong estate, and rather than keeping the Fire Nation's treachery and theft of all plans of Ba Sing Se's secret, to in fact tell his father. We ended last session as the ocean spirit, this bright light enveloped it and all of you, and the ocean spirit dove back down into the sands, disappearing from view. As the sunlight returns and the desert sands die down, you find yourselves standing on the hot desert sand. Over towards your right, the campsite where the Fire Nation soldiers have been set up has been decimated by the presence of one of the large sandworms that powered through the area and then fled right after the ocean spirit appeared. Some of the wreckage, blown in the wind, whips around you, and a piece of paper flies and hits Mako in the chest, catching on his robes. Mako, as you pull this piece of paper off and look at it, you see it's one of the wanted posters, the wanted poster for you. It's very well-drawn, probably a portrait copy of you that had been made during one of your family portrait sittings. It's a high-ranking member of the Fire Nation, the father. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For podcast listeners, just give me the OK symbol. The words and text on the paper start shifting and changing in front of you. The image shifts from you to Dai Li, a symbol of the Dai Li and an example portrait of one of the Dai Li. And the text changes from wanted Mako of the Fire Nation for the murder of the Fire Nation ambassador. It shifts and warps, and you watch as it now changes to wanted rogue Dai Li responsible for the kidnap of Mako of the Fire Nation. Contact Ambassador Bao for information. So it seems like your wish has been granted. That is where we left off last session, so that's where we're going to jump straight back into. So, my question is, what do you guys like to do?
Is my camera not working? Is that what's
No,
happening?
you're working. Oh, sorry. I may have... just refresh again. It's easy enough to do. There you go.
Wow.
So-
On the immersion, why don't you?
I'm so sorry. You know what?
Back. He's
You're
back.
right.
Everybody.
What's a camera?
Oh, a camera obscure. I've heard about these.
So do we think
So-
we'll still be in trouble for blowing up the camp?
I mean, we didn't destroy the camp.
A
A
whale
big
did.
worm did.
A whale
And-
destroyed the camp.
A worm and a whale and a bunch of fish and a bunch of buzzard things, but we didn't do it.
No,
We're
last time I was
probably
going
fine.
a god that jumped out of a giant bit of metal. Wouldn't know it's us. Plus, look, they're not even posters of us anymore. I think we're scot free.
Wait, do they know we're here? But like, cause wait.
Maybe we shouldn't test the waters and.
Should we just
hop
leave and
back
just
on
go
deck.
somewhere else and then like, yeah, we test the water
Yeah.
somewhere else and like just not touch this?
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
if we're
we-
not wanted anymore, should we just go to the nearest people we can trust and just say, "Hey, we're here"?
Who's that? Question. Who is that?
Well, I know my family's probably trustworthy, and I'm sure Rungs would be, even if the whole
Where are
Earth
they?
Nation thing.
Okay,
Ah,
what if we went
I'm
to
trying to
the
take offense to that.
Oasis? And
Does
see if
does
they
that mean that
recognize
our bad interactions still exist?
Is the Oasis still the multicultural hub of the desert?
Is it?
It'll always
This
be
is-
the multiple country.
Oh,
hub of
true.
the desert.
Every timeline.
Yeah, that's
Thank God.
that's a fixed point. Yeah, that can never be undone. I mean,
I
we've
mean, do we
repeated
s-
it like for a whole episode, so I mean that's canon across all multiverses now.
It has to be. Could I potentially assess a situation of sorts to see
You
if
bet you
everything
can.
seems about normal?
Yeah, of course you
Can I
can.
assess the multiverse? Is it full?
Assess the multiverse.
Sorry, I missed it. Is the rock in one piece again, or is it still broken?
So the top section where they've been mining in has collapsed, resulting in the rock to. So there's this whole
Commit.
front section that was raised up where they were mining into has collapsed, and now the
Wait.
rock looks a lot more uniform. Yes,
So
It looks like a rock,
Ex-
but it's still smaller.
slightly
but the
smaller, yeah, so-
explosion that happened didn't happen.
No, it did happen. That still
Okay.
happened. The only thing so far that you've noticed that's changed is the wanted poster. So the rock
Is
actually
the
collapsed
camp-
in on itself with the explosion. That hasn't.
Is the
changed.
camp still there?
You can still see the camp.
Is it
looks like
bigger or
people-
smaller?
About the same, and it looks like people
About
are
the
now
same?
scrambling around trying to bring tents back in that have been destroyed by the worm. It looks like there's a bit of a chaos. It's going a bit crazy over the camp. Rung 7.
Yeah.
What question did you want to ask?
Anything I was gonna see. Do we think about this for 1 second? Do we see all the same people there?
So
all the
you-
same
obviously,
people
obviously,
there.
you don't know everyone that's in the camp. Because that'd be-
Like, do we see familiar faces? If it's possible to see it there, but does it look like the people there have changed? I guess, like, still like Fire Nation there, but is it still like if I see like the captain or anything like that, or those other little turds that were trying to gaslight us, or we gaslit them? Either way,
the Fire Nation students. So Rung, as you look across, you can see a number of the soldiers sort of working. One of the soldiers, the commander who had been speaking to you guys at the bottom of the stairs, you only sort of caught a glimpse of him. He's the one who Al had been talking to. He
That's
looks
right, yeah.
familiar. He hasn't changed. And as these people sort of scuttling around, you do hear a familiar voice being like, "My God, was that a worm?" And it's coming out from over the edge of the campsite.
oh my god, is that Pung?
We have to go back and kill him.
Wait, is she alive again?
We have to go and finish it. We can't.
No, we need to run. We need to run. What if he tries to follow us?
I mean, is it bad blood between us and Pung? Like,
no.
No.
He doesn't
I
know
will,
that we
I will,
left
I
him
will,
there.
I will say that did sound a lot like Punk. I was kind of going for Shah, but I realize it sounded a lot
okay.
like Punk. It's not Punk, it is Shah's
Ah,
Ah.
okay.
just getting
Sorry.
like
Huh.
flashbacks of Pung.
voice. Yeah, sorry.
You can't.
That's
Bro,
on- that's on-
stop.
That's on me. I'll take that.
Okay. Oh, we don't need to see that person then.
Um,
Yeah, seems about the same. Skedaddle loop on our swoop.
Where do we go though? Where do we go from here?
Well, we've
Wherever
got
the sun
think-
takes us.
the first port of call is Mako. You're still kind of wanted, but now in a different way. So I guess probably going to your father is
I'm a good
our
one.
Yeah.
first.
Father.
Yeah,
dead.
but you know what I mean. Like you're still gonna have people trying to catch you for the bounty.
Didn't it say that the poster says that his father's dead? So
The poster did
Oh.
say that. Now it says wanted.
He's alive.
So contact Ambassador Bao for information. It has changed.
Yeah.
I misheard that completely.
It's okay. That's what I'm here for.
Do we need to go to Ba Sing Se for anything?
Well, the
I
original
believe
reason we were
so.
going to Ba Sing Se was to get away from the Dai Li, wasn't it? And to try to catch up to the Firebenders before they could go ahead with their plans. But I feel like the plans wouldn't have changed.
Just don't want us
So I will be nice to you, and I'll give you guys a bit of a hint to help you guys out a little bit. What was Mako's specific wish? Was to undo the mistake where he didn't tell his father about the plans that had been stolen for the walls of Ba Sing Se. So if his
Just so
dad
you know-
knew, yeah, sorry, you go. No. I think Andrew's got it. Andrew was nodding. He looks like he's got it.
We're still in the same situation where they're still trying to take down the wall. If
Would your
nothing,
dad have done anything about it, though?
he probably would have gone along with it. Why wouldn't he?
Oh.
I mean, yeah, you did tell him that we should unify everyone.
Yeah, let's move past that bit, okay? Let's mistake.
Maybe
mistake.
your wish should have been to undo that conversation.
So you will remember quite
we catch
vividly in your
another
mind, Mako,
guys?
when your father asked you, quite honestly, in a moment of real indecisiveness and vulnerability, did ask you,
Stop,
what do you think we should do?
No,
You did say that you should try and unify all 4 nations under the Fire Nations banner. So
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
you did.
little out of
You did.
That's what you said, though.
Great idea at the time, wasn't it?
Words.
I'm pretty sure they were the exact words. I think it was. We should.
Yeah.
We have so
Same
much.
meaning.
There's so much we're doing right. We should unify the world under our leadership. I think was what you said.
Okay, I see. We need to catch another fish now.
I imagine it was something you said in passing. It's like, huh, yeah, funny. Huh, imagine.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I was like, oh yeah, like that's an option, I guess.
So it is actually kind of now canon that the Fire Nation attack on the air nomads technically can be traced back to Mako, somewhat. Like as one of the cogs in that wheel, he can kind of be traced back a little bit to it. At least one of the inceptions of that plan did begin with you telling your father that we should unify. And creating that doubt in his mind, because before that he had been on the fence. I deliberately had him completely on the fence so that whatever you said would sway him one way or the other. And I was stoked when you said, "Yeah, we need to unify."
I was more of a Fire Nation person until I realized we were going to attack everyone. So
I guess at this point, you guys only, as far as you know, it's only Ba Sing Se that's a threat.
yeah,
So it's probably not even. It's not a huge world-ending threat at this point. It's just potentially conquest of the Earth Nation's capital city. Still pretty bad, I guess. Actually,
that's still
that out loud.
pretty bad.
It's still pretty
Still not
bad.
great.
So either way, we're not
So-
criminals, but we should make our way to Ba Sing Se.
Yes.
Make our way downtown.
Walking
Walking
around,
fast.
Downtown.
faces past.
And
Not
we're
exactly
homebound.
homebound.
Ah, it took so long. I was like, "Don't leave me hanging." I start doing my sand bending technique and start swooping.
The sand ship picks up speed and begins heading away.
Question: is the peacock still here?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Is Quenchy the bird still here?
You haven't seen Quenchy since the explosion at the explosion.
So Quenchy was on the boat when we picked it up and we're
Yeah,
on?
so when Rung went back to the boat and lost Cole along the way, Quenchy wasn't with the boat at that point. So the last time you guys saw Quenchy was when you left him with the sand ship to get to the Si Wong Rock.
So
Swoop back
sad.
around for Quenchy. I mean, for the bird.
Al wipes a tear from his eye and he's like, "What was free shall be free."
Take a little bit of water, pour one out, and like the sand as we saw, like as I'm doing my stuff, like pour one out for our homie. We missed. Come on, don't get sand in your eye. Don't cry. The sand gets stuck in there even more.
Our time together was so short.
Oh,
Cool.
gotta miss that little guy. Wait, what's
So-
that thing on my screen?
Do we know the direction to Ba Sing Se from here?
Yeah, it's
I had a map.
Rung looks around to where he thinks the sun is, and north was that way.
We have a
And-
compass.
Yes.
Do we
Points
still have a
directly
map?
behind you. The compass is pointing directly behind you at the Si
Yeah,
Wong
the
Rock.
rock, the big rock.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I thought the
there was
plan was
something
that
we'll-
was going to get destroyed.
But there's something we were told about. You could know where you are in the desert by using the compass, pointing towards the rock. If you knew like the red.
Yeah, it always
thing was
tells you where the
pointing at
center is.
something.
where
Yeah, but
was the
wouldn't like
center?
if the compass had like a red point, it's always pointing at the center. No, that wouldn't make any sense. God damn it. Yeah, we're
Well, I
boned.
think our best option will
Sounds
be
like a
then
good idea.
to use the sun.
Yep.
The sun and the stars. Navigate the same way the water tribe do.
As you look up, you can see that it's just past midday. The shadow from the mast is pointing over towards your left, which means that... Sorry, over towards your right, which means that the sun is a little bit towards your left, which means that at this point you're actually currently facing north.
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 I feel like it was north we had to go to.
Do you still
Well,
have
we
that
can-
map, Mako?
We had a map.
We had multiple maps.
Wait. Wait.
Do you
What happens to
still?
the maps now?
Are they gone?
Do you want to have a
Wait.
look? Do you want to have a look in your...
Yeah, I'm going to check from the maps.
Yeah, reach inside, pull open. The schematical diagram of the walls of Ba Sing Se, not there.
Okay, cool. That's at least.
There is a
one
rolled
positive,
up
yep.
piece of paper. As you unfurl it,
Ooh.
it is blank.
Why are you carrying around a blank piece of paper?
Did you forget to draw it?
Did
Draw
you
another.
practice your calligraphy at some point? Like,
The quenchiest always needed a cartographer. You're ready.
It's invisible ink.
wait,
Quick, get a lighter.
wait, is
Sorry.
there
The
lemons in this
cartographer
world?
got me. Sorry.
What was that? Sorry, what got you?
The cartographer bit. It's like.
Yeah, I was enjoying that too. What was your question, Brie? Are there lemons in this world? Yes, there are.
Yeah. Okay,
Lemon
we should
melons.
rub a lemon on it and see.
They're,
if
they're
it's
lemons the
anything.
size of watermelons, and as juicy as a watermelon, but it's a lemon.
Is it a water?
Who would want that?
It's a water lemon.
We're in the desert,
would
so
want
they
it.
obviously
Lemonade.
a lot of Coronas here, so or lemonade.
So we've got some barky dogs. I'll just. I don't know, I'll figure something out.
So we actually, can I check my waterbending scroll and see, because if we didn't have the maps,
Ooh.
then we couldn't have given it to Wang Ching Tong, in which case we couldn't have gotten the scrolls in the first place. So is my scroll still scrolly? Like, how far is this knock-on effect?
You pull open the scroll. The scroll is still intact.
What?
So either
would
we have nicked
given?
this.
I mean, it is from the spirit world, technically.
So maybe other spirits' actions can't undo it.
Ooh, interesting.
Because it only had an effect on the physical world.
Does that mean everything that took place in the library still exists? Wait, no, they're all dead anyway, so it makes no difference.
Wait, what?
You really have left a path of destruction behind.
Yeah, we are.
I do
not-
love how much this is breaking your brains. This is awesome.
I don't remember
Well, because we're
killing
trying to
anyone,
figure
by
out the
way. Just people
effect.
fell
Because
asleep.
obviously, like, we as characters would have all the
Yeah, yeah.
same memories.
Yeah, your memories
Yeah,
have
we-
not changed to the event, and the reason I
hold up
love
the
it
note to the
is
sun.
because this is kind of the stuff you probably want to do before you change time. Thinking through the
Yeah.
consequences, like surely that's
Look, okay.
Do I know?
It was either do it then or do it never. Never, and I was like, do it now. I hold up the note to the sun. See
Hold
if
it up to the sun?
anything's-
nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Why do I have a blank piece of paper? What does this mean?
Symbolic
Wouldn't it have
of a
potentially-
new beginning, new journey.
I didn't think it'd take you
Maybe
guys this
just
long to figure
used
out
to
what to
be
do with
the
a blank
map.
piece of paper. It's actually this is sad for you guys. I just have to say.
Yeah, was it not something else before? Like, do you remember what scrolls you had?
Sure, it's not a napkin.
It's not backwards, is it? You're not looking at the wrong side.
He turns it around. Intricate drawings filled. No.
Are you a DM that does? I push the door open. Oh, sorry, it's a pool door.
Cool door. No, I don't. Do that. No. I'm not a dick, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and Andrew, Marco, as you turn the scroll over, yeah, you can see it's a note from your father telling you how much he loves you. No, it's nothing on the other side.
This is unreal.
You'll never get that. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, what is that?
What's a
He
father?
hated me.
It'd be like you need to do your duty to the Fire Nation, son.
Yeah, obviously.
As you look at the other side, it's blank as well.
XO.
What notes did I
Actually,
had?
I would say, Marco, as you hold it up to the sun, there are discolorations across it, slightly darker in texture and color, but they don't make out words or anything. It's sort of almost like the paper's been soaked in something.
In lemons.
Fire.
I was gonna
Cold.
say
Is it
we don't
cold?
actually have to do the candle trick, do we? Or like
Is
like
that
when
what we
there's
have
like
to do?
something.
Do we have to do the candle trick?
You're fucking
I am a
firebender.
firebender, yeah.
It's just, I mean,
Turn your finger into a candle.
It's a
Can we just-
candle, guys.
This is dirt. Yep, I feel so stupid.
can we just talk about this for a second? Like, if you're the Fire Nation and you can summon fire at will, and you wanted to send secret notes,
That seems way too obvious.
really though? Why? Was it though? You didn't fucking get it, so it can't have been that obvious.
No, I did. I'm like, it can't be that. That's just too obvious for a fire.
Well,
nation.
You don't get it
Well, you don't
back
know if
once
it is
you
that.
burn
You
it.
don't know if it is that. You
In-
don't know.
In my hometown, we rub coal on bits of paper and it shows up pretty pictures of what we draw to each other. Maybe I,
I
can rub some
thought
coal
in your
it.
hometown you just carve
Mine.
rocks and throw them at each other.
And breathing
Oh.
coal.
There's
and get
multiple
lung
methods
cancer.
of. This is more covert. That's more
So-
overt.
so
That's
when you've
how
got
you let your
someone
mum
you-
know you're on the way home for dinner.
Yeah. Or if there's someone you love, you want to send them an intimate note, you scratch it into a rock and fling it at your best friend.
Exactly.
Through a window.
I
Yes.
become a candle and I start going behind the piece of paper.
Yeah, as you begin waving your hands back and forward with flame in them, you watch as nothing happens to the paper.
Knew it.
I thought you became
All that for
obvious from
nothing.
Beauty and the Beast,
Too
like the
obvious.
candle man with the candle hands. I'll become a candle.
Is there only wait? Is there only 2 pieces of paper?
It's only one.
No. Oh, there was no thing. Only one.
Only one.
What else did we have? We had 2.
Maybe
we had
we do
3
need to
maps.
Yes.
If only there was a way to maintain your inventory in a way that would remind you.
I never had this. This was never here before.
Just a quick question while we're figuring this out. Are we
Yeah.
traveling north while we're doing this?
Currently, the sand ship is drifting north in the wind as Rung has stopped sandbending to provide sassy comments involving candles.
Yeah, I'm very distracted now. I'm not doing the.
Al's blowing it with airbending, and he's like, "Why is this so hard?" He doesn't realize Ron has stopped.
Halfway through,
It's- I
oh,
wouldn't-
sorry,
I
I just one-handed.
I wouldn't
just,
say it's
like,
that
a
hard
little
when
bit.
you're even by yourself, Al. You're very capable of moving the ship.
Oh, cool.
No, it's
cool.
not
I
that
was
hard. You're not
imagining,
exerting
like a
yourself.
boat being dragged through the sand, but like,
No, because it's got a big sail. It's designed to catch
Okay.
the wind. So sandbenders use it. They use both the sail and the sandbending to propel it. So at this point, you're not having to work too hard. It's only, I mean, it's a little bit of a workout, but I'd say probably the adrenaline of watching the rock explode, a giant 6-flipped whale emerge from the rock, and then a wish being granted. Probably the adrenaline of that is giving you a bit of an energy boost. You're not quite aware of how tired you are at this point.
I
think it's fair
guess
to say.
Al is pretty quiet, just watching the others muck around with a piece of paper, and he's thinking about like Sister Taka and like the rest of the monks and how they're going. He's a bit homesick, but he's just watching. He's just keeping quiet.
I've just realized my insanity's gone from fish to a piece of paper.
Yeah.
This is the best thing. All I have to do is give Andrew something a little bit esoteric. It's a slight mystery, and I've got him for the next 6 sessions where he's just got he has a goal. Like that's it. His goal is to figure out
Yeah.
what it is that I've given him or told him, and he's set.
Do you have
He's so
like
happy. Look at him.
psychologists in the Fire Nation? We have them in my hometown. I feel like you might need to see one.
Psychologists. Psychologists.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It was low-hanging fruit. I'm sorry.
So I hate to say this, but Ron might actually have a point. Not about the whole psychologist thing, that's a bit weird, but about the whole rubbing a piece of coal on the piece of paper to see if there is an indentation left by some kind of mark making.
As you say, Cole, my badge is hanging out in front of you, dusting coal all over you. You mean one of these?
Rung's badge, as you pull it out, has a large chunk, a nick, taken out of the top right-hand corner of it, as if it's been damaged.
I look panicked.
What?
Rung looks at it. Is like,
Wait.
"Oh, my badge of authority. Father gave this to me. No coal.
Wait.
I'm trying to pick out any bits of like coal that might be in there and like wet it a little bit and try and see if I can glue back
Trevor.
any like bits of like lost coal in there.
Is yours different?
Get to see what might have done it. Like, does it just look like it's just broken off?
Sounds like
Or is it-
sounds like assess the situation.
Wait, is your coal badge made out of coal? Is that?
No,
is
no,
that
it's made out of metal.
what you're
It's a
saying?
proper badge.
Okay, that makes
It's
sense.
metal. It's just very coaly.
I mean, if it had been made
Um,
out of coal, I mean, it's a
Yeah.
wonder it hadn't broken before now. If anything, the mystery is how is it so intact.
Very.
What was your question,
dexterous.
Ali? You asked Shova a question. Ask Shova a
Just
question.
just before I forget, Sheva, is your badge the same? Has Rungs is damaged now, seemingly for no particular reason other than a world-changing wish. Is your, is anything? Your badge is the same. Your whip's the same.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking about my whip. I'm gonna pull out my whip and have a look at it. I don't actually have a physical badge. They just know who I am.
Her reputation
but-
precedes her, unlike Rung,
Yeah.
whose reputation recedes him.
Yeah. And
As
if they don't know who I am, they can put 2 and 2 together when they see me and Mako together because he is very well known as well. So I don't have a physical badge, but I'd like to take out my whip and have a look
Yeah.
at it.
I would say as well, your armor has an emblem on it, the emblem of the
Yeah,
house
true.
bow that Mako is from, which is kind of like the badge of authority as well.
Yeah, but I
let's-
gave my armor away.
You did, yeah. So let's do
traded it.
Rung's assess the situation first, and we'll come to you, Sheva. So Rung, 11. You can ask me 2 questions. What were your questions?
Okay. So looking at it, so is the chunk that's taken out of it? Does it look like it's been like bitten out, shot out, stabbed out? Like, can I see what might have caused the chunk to
Yeah,
come
very
Okay.
hard to say just looking at it, but it looks like it's been broken off. Maybe impact with something very hard. It's broken off the tip.
out? Like broken off very hard. Okay. And does it still say what it says before? Like, I think it was like chief coal inspector or chief coal officer or something like
in that
that.
case, it now says Chief Coal off.
Chief Koloff. Chief Koloff. Yes, my name is Rung Bolo.
One F or
Chief
2 F
Olaf.
still on that?
Only
That's
one
a
F.
really
Okay.
good
Oh.
name to use next time you need to pretend you're somebody
Yep.
else.
Chief Coal
Yeah,
off.
this kind of what. this
Hey,
is a
what's up?
happy
My name's
accident.
Chief Koloff.
Yeah, it's way
Wow.
better than Kowal. That was 2 on the nose, but Chief
The only-
Koloff, beautiful.
You get a second question. Oh, sorry. Okay, go on.
Oh no, go.
You get a second question, right?
That's pretty much it. Yeah, that was 2 questions. Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't, but that's okay. I'm happy to accept
Oh,
that.
I
One
said
was,
like, had it broken off.
the house
Oh wait, no.
broken off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you in a second.
Oh, cool.
There's
Have a
only
think.
2 interaction I can think of that are still certain then. One, the library,
hmm
and the second is escaping. What would have
Escaping
changed
from the
that?
boxes?
Yep. What could have changed between then? Now, from past experience, I don't know if I can still judge that. At the paradise,
The Oasis.
tropical oasis
Cultural
of the desert,
Cultural hub, is it?
Cultural hub of the desert.
Um,
Thank you, Dave.
they hated the Daily, so I think that was still a safe place. I think.
Except that you gave
Ex-
away who you were.
See, now, does that still matter though?
Well, yeah, your dad has a bounty out on your safe return now.
On my safe
Yeah,
return,
so they
as
would
opposed
they would
to-
still want to take you the same way that they wanted to take you before.
But
Because the young soldier that you spoke to believed everything that you said and was looking to put you under house arrest more for your safety than to kill you.
yeah,
So he would want to do the exact same thing still. He would still want to put you under house arrest to take care of you until your father can come collect you.
Now, I'm not
Oh,
going to say
yeah,
I thought of everything, but I did sit down and listen to all the episodes and actually make some notes on what would have changed with this in mind. I think I've caught everything. But that's a really good point, Sheva, and you're exactly right. Nothing changes as a result of that.
Thanks, Dad.
I just want to give a
Very
quick
well
clap.
done.
That's a lot of effort.
It was weird hearing
appreciate
that
your
is a lot
DM.
of effort. Yeah.
Appreciate your DM.
It was really worth it because no, it's really worth it because for immersion's sake, as well as I love trying games where the rules make sense, right? So if you make a wish and it changes something, It's not just wavy hands. Like, I will go back and I will hard magic system this shit. I will go, yep, so this is what changes, this happens, and this happens, and these are the consequences. There are 4 pretty significant run-on effects that have come out of this. 2 of which I think you're on the verge of figuring out. 1 of which I know for a fact you have. There's 1 which you've got no idea about because I only thought of it this morning when I was listening to episode 6. And I went, oh fuck.
It's about the badge, isn't it?
I'm not saying anything.
No.
Damn it.
What happened in episode 6? Let's go to your VODs.
I became
You
the
keep carrying on.
Kinslayer.
Yeah, it's a Kinslayer thing going on. I want to check for my last thing for this situation.
Yes.
Can I use it to say, is there anything, like, is there the other chunk of it in, like, my rucksack or my pocket or anything like that? Can I search to see if there's anything obtuse?
Yeah, you
like
reach
maybe
into
if
the
it-
pocket where you normally
Oh,
keep the
that's
badge, and there it is. The chunk's still in there.
Oh, the other chunk?
Because you would have kept it, 100%. If a part of your badge had been broken off, you would have kept it. So it's in there with the badge.
Oh, sneaky.
It just says
Case
Fissa
solved,
on
guys.
it.
I'd put it back in. I like it the way it is now. But unless there's anything obtuse about it, no, okay.
Now, Sheva, you said you were going to check your whips. As you pull out your whip and have a look, they look exactly the same to you. One of the big differences, however, is as you go to pull out your whip, you notice that you now have 4 jars of oil strapped to your belt that were not there before.
You have your stuff.
No, that's worse.
Yeah, you did-
Where
when
would
did you
I
use the
have gotten oil from?
This is the
'Cause
worst case scenario.
You wouldn't have been kidnapped. You would have
Yep.
taken them before you left.
Which means that I would have only brought 4 with me if I thought Mako was in immediate danger and I needed to fight.
Sheva, as you begin looking
Otherwise,
through your
I would
stuff,
only have 1 or 2 on me.
Sheva, your armor is still on you. It's underneath these sandbender robes, but you're still in your full armor.
I was gonna
You're-
check.
I
is
was
my
never
armor
with
on?
you guys when you purchased your items.
But you're wearing
Because
underneath it though, aren't you?
I sold my armor for us to be able to get the bedrolls and other things.
Do we still have those items?
You do not have as many. Some of the supplies have changed and are different.
Do
you
I-
only
Is the
have-
towel still there?
The towels are gone. Towels are a luxury item you can no longer afford.
Ron just like collapses down to his knees,
Okay.
stops there, and he's like, no!
Do we have the
Uh,
giant tent?
You do not have the giant tent. You have a much smaller
No.
tent.
Do
Sherva,
we have the tarp at least?
you do have the tarp. Sherva,
Okay.
you also have one of the posters of Mako rolled up underneath one of your underneath one of your backpack items.
Where was I when you got taken?
Were you a bounty hunter?
No.
Well, it would be it's my sworn duty to protect him. So if he had gone missing, whether or not there was a bounty on his head, I would come for him. And I would try my best to find him and bring him safely home. He is my ward.
Do I still have all my gear?
Mako, you do not. Some of your
You
stuff
guys
is
were
missing.
together.
Is
So
my
when you
stuff
guys
still
came
here?
to us in the cafeteria, did you guys come to us straight from the talking to your dad, Marco?
No,
We
They
came
came-
straight from stealing the plans.
Oh.
So if we hadn't stolen the plans,
Yep.
Mako would have gone and spoken to his dad alone. I wouldn't have
Yes.
intruded on that conversation, and
Yep.
then he would have come to the cafeteria.
Yep.
You
And
know
what
what
does
it
Mako?
has
been.
What does Mako do to you
Ma-
constantly, Sherva?
Yeah,
Annoy you.
yeah.
Ditches
Fuck off
you.
from me.
Oh,
So when he went to speak to his father, I would have given him some space, and
Yep.
he would have been like, "Haha, cool,
Yep.
prison break."
Yep.
Legged it to the cafeteria to cause some problems without me.
And then
Yep,
we all go.
So
Yeah,
I
no,
was
that-
never there in that fight.
Yep. You were with Ambassador Bao the whole time. This
Owen?
as you think this,
Owen?
as you guys are putting this together, you start to realize, oh, this makes sense. Yeah.
Owen?
Yes, Andrew.
Great job. Yep, that's
Thank you.
perfect.
Thank you very much.
That's pretty cool.
But why would I break my badge of authority unless I obviously shown it off to someone of importance and they... Does it look like it wasn't... It was slammed, okay, it wasn't melted away.
Looks like it was hit with
Okay.
something heavy.
Maybe
or
some
with a bit
Dai
of
were throwing
force.
rocks at me. Did I show it off? Did I show my badge off to some Dai or something to... Yeah, I would have
100%.
done. Yeah, there was that
Yep.
guy in the field. I stood in front of him and I was like, criminal scum, stop right there.
Hmm.
Forgive your
And
good
what
job,
happened?
go to
What
jail."
happened? What happened during that fight that could
Sheva
not have possibly?
intervened, didn't she?
Yes, you did.
You did icy things, I think. Or
We
tried to do
created a
icy
tank.
things. I put a wall.
No, we made the dome.
Was that the dome time or the one where we
Yeah,
stopped the fight in the middle when
that
they're
was the
arguing about
dome
the map
time.
being stolen?
And that was
The dome was
time, and
right
that's when
after. So Rung
Yep.
pulled out his badge before that happened, and Sherva intervened. But if Sherva wasn't there to
She had
intervene,
actual authority.
yeah, because she had actual authority, exactly.
Yeah.
Whoa.
How would I have gotten here then? How have I found you?
It's a very good question.
Yeah,
Wait.
crap, that makes sense now.
Wait. There was a party sent after us. Sort
It
of.
was.
They did all die.
Was that the
Obviously
sand?
not
At the
anymore.
library.
The sand people? No, the library? No, they weren't after us.
No,
weren't
they
right?
weren't.
No, they
Oh, no,
were
maybe you
alive.
No,
guys.
they were after the library itself. They weren't actually searching for you.
Bye again.
Ah!
Yep. Bye.
Hang on. My camera's
Were they
being.
after
So is our
tricky with
sand
me.
ship still the same sand ship? Like, so assuming we were still rescued by the same sandbender,
Yes.
taught, given the sand ship.
Yep, all still the same. None of that changes
All those people-
because
Did all those people
Yeah.
still die then?
Pung still got eaten by a sandworm, probably.
Yeah,
Or maybe
hopefully.
not. Maybe Pung didn't still come with us.
No,
Might not
would
have to.
Would he have been there with
I mean,
us?
he would have still been kidnapped.
Would he
Also,
though?
the kidnap part still happened, did it?
No, because we bullied him. Remember? Did he just leave?
I thought the Dai Li got him, and we were still
Yeah,
kidnapped
he left
by
in
the
the
Dai
Dai
Li.
and
Yeah,
left him at the same time.
Damn.
So hopefully he's still been eaten by that sandworm.
Hopefully.
well, yeah. I'm not going to say anything. You guys will figure out what's happened.
Can I ask a couple questions?
Yeah,
Dean?
of course you can.
Is Al still sunburned from following them for like in a day, without any like protection?
No, because no, you wouldn't be, because in this new thing, Sherva wouldn't have been able to give you the warning that you needed to escape. So no,
Cool.
Absolutely not.
So Al actually feels better because he's not sunburned. Al looks deep into himself. Is his heart still broken by Shah?
Assess the situation. Actually,
Probably
yeah,
would be,
yeah. Assess the
because it's
situation.
like,
Assess the situation.
asking the important questions. Everyone's asking about what's changed. Sorry, I didn't have it.
It's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm actually. Do you know what? You don't need to. I'll be a nice team. You actually don't need to roll that. Yes, a little bit, because none of that changes. You guys are still, like, you're still wanted by the Fire Nation, but to be rescued from the Dai Li. So you're still. It's not that you're wanted anymore, but people are looking for you. So rather than you being, I guess your heart wouldn't be broken because she would never feign interest in you, because she would have recognized who you were and gone, oh, you were those people who were kidnapped by the Dai Li, isn't that right? Straight up, come out and say,
Pity, that's even worse.
oh, sorry.
And so we then blew up their camp.
Well, that's the question.
No. Well, the thing is, they would believe that the sandworm did it now.
Because we wouldn't have had the standoff?
We wouldn't have had. None of that would have happened.
Wouldn't it have?
Are they still looking for us? Oh no, wait, how far away from the rock now?
The standoff. So you guys have been going for about 45 minutes. I'm keeping track of time because there is something that happens once we get to the hour mark, and I'll tell you when that comes. Don't worry.
We die.
So you guys still wanted to destroy the rock to stop the Fire Nation from accessing the magnetite, and Cole still wanted to do that as well. You still discover the explosive properties of the magnetite dust and buzzard wasp hornet slime. So that still happens, but not in the standoff where you guys are up on the rock. Some other things might have happened instead.
What would have happened instead?
I'm happy that Cole's not dead.
Oh, that's actually the best case scenario for us.
For Cole to be dead? Really? That's the best case scenario?
No, he wouldn't be dead. He'll be classified as insane, since apparently.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
me,
true.
Yeah, bug pooing himself. Yeah, definitely.
Because otherwise,
Might have dug his hole for that one himself.
he would be
not me.
saying that we're eco-terrorists, I believe, and that just destroys the point of us not being wanted anymore.
Would I have been there at the camp?
You don't know, Sherva. You've got no
Because
memories of this. Your memories are
if-
still intact.
if I hadn't been at the camp when you guys were there, I would have never given us away. Because I specifically said the 2 names that gave everything away and got us in trouble.
Yeah, so it might
which
be
made
that
everyone suspicious.
Well,
So-
it might be that
Maybe
never
you met
happened.
us
Now.
at the camp.
It also
We're all
might
here
be that
together now.
it also might be that never happened. That rather than giving
Yeah.
names away, you weren't recognized, and you went ahead with your original plan to subtly lure everyone away and destroy the rock. That was always the
Think
plan.
Cole
The
would
only
be
thing
with
that
us.
happened was it got
Yeah.
escalated in time.
But Cole might still be with us if that happened.
Well,
Cole, are you here?
no, Cole's not with you. Cole's not with you.
I would have heard if Cole was here. Trust me.
I'm going to say by this point, as you guys have been chatting, you begin to hear the sound of running feet coming from the dune behind you. And cresting the top of the hill, you see a large sheer shoe. Probably the people who've seen this before, Rung, you probably would have seen a sheer shoe before. Maybe the 2 Fire Nation people. It's almost like a giant. It's a cross between like a giant mole, and a giant badger. I would say this sort of vast, 4-legged creature with dark brown fur. Light brown fur along its sides and a dark brown fur along its back, but no eyes. And it has this incredibly sensitive, almost like pink star-shaped nose, and a long tongue. You see, basically running over the top of the dune, a woman with very dark black hair, red swirling tattoos on her body, dressed in brown leathers, crest the top of the tattoo, and begin coming down the other side towards you. As she gets a little bit closer, she waves to Sheva. Sheva! Sheva! What are you doing? Pulls up the sheer shoe. You found them. Where are you guys going? What's going on?
Do
the
I
hell is that?
recognize her at all?
No, you have never seen this person before in your life, as far as you know.
So she's probably a bounty hunter. Okay. Hey, how's it going? What took you so long to catch up?
She like points behind her, the Si Wong Rock, sort of in the distance. What the giant whale didn't. What?
What whale?
She looks at you really confused. Giant.
Are you
Whales
saying that you're
in the
looking
desert?
up in the sky at weird things and making stories up instead of here for our actual mission?
Hi.
Hi.
Have you been eating cactuses?
No.
Yeah, did you have some cactus?
What?
They slip into your drinks occasionally.
So, are we not going back? Am I not getting paid? What's going on?
I don't know what's happening here.
She looks towards Sheva. Come on, we've been
You-
traveling
you-
together. We've been traveling
still
together
get
for 4
paid.
days. What's happening?
Don't worry, you will still get paid.
We got him. We got your runaway boyfriend, Mako. Thanks.
Ugh.
Yeah. Did you just?
Don't ever
What?
call him that.
Wait, hang on a second. What?
Run away.
Don't ever call him.
Runaway boyfriend.
I'm a
I heard.
runaway?
Well, I mean,
Man,
why
sit
else would you
backs.
have? Why else would you have one of his shirts? She pulls out of her backpack one of Marco's shirts.
We were using that to track him, weren't we?
Yeah, obviously.
Can I have
And-
that back? Just out of curiosity.
Like,
I might need to track you
literally-
down again. You're as slippery as an eel. Absolutely not.
Is that
Not until I've
sauce
got
on
you
the
back in
shirt?
front of your father.
Hey,
I
leave it
literally
alone.
live with the dude. Like, of course I'm gonna have access to his shirts.
That's my casual shirt, okay?
See?
Wait, you guys live together?
What's the diff?
Are we just being
I
involved?
live with the family I'm in charge of.
Yeah, so we're taking him back to
Together.
his dad or what? I thought that was the mission. Pick him up, get
Yeah.
him back to his dad.
Yep.
Who are the rest of these people? She looks over it. Hi.
They're the kids of other delegates. Are you saying you?
Would I get a
Don't know
reward
any
for
of
bringing them
them?
back? No. I was only paid to get him.
What's
You insisted on coming
what's
with
the
me.
reward was available here? Like, how much is on my head? Do I have a lot? A good reward?
Who are you?
A good amount, right?
Who are you?
Me?
Yeah, who are you?
I am. Oh, me? I'm Chief Cole Offer.
Never. Nah, I don't know. Probably nothing.
That's a shame. Well, jokes on them. I'm worth a
Where?
ton.
Sorry, just a quick question.
Yeah?
Out of curiosity, I don't really have the full story here. Was Mako kidnapped or did he run?
What do you mean? He was
Just
kidnapped by the
okay.
Dai Li.
Oh no, okay, cool.
Were any of the other delegate children kidnapped, or did they?
Yeah,
run?
yeah, but I wasn't paid to get them. But if you think there's a reward in it for me, Sherva, we can paralyze them, bring them back with us too.
We don't need to paralyze them. I'm sure they'll come. with us.
Paralyze them?
Okay, whoa.
Well,
What day is that,
since
Sherva?
hang on, whoa,
You
Mako
paralyze
gave us the slip running into that spirit library. I think we should paralyze him just for old time's sake.
I'm pinching Marco's neck, see if I can like do like a like a paralyzing stuff.
A Vulcan neck. Yeah.
Go away! Stop that!
It's gonna be
The,
somewhere.
the Shirshu sort of growls and gets really close to you, Mako, and begins sniffing your face. Hey, backs off.
Mako, you're not going to run, are you?
I'm not gonna run anywhere.
Yeah, that'd be really stupid.
Plus, I
Yeah,
went
you
to the
get eaten by
library.
sandworm.
The library gave me what I wanted.
Yes, the
Okay.
power of flight. So don't chase after him.
Can I just
Doesn't
reach
lie.
into my pocket and see if
Yeah.
my scroll is still there?
Which scroll?
I got a scroll of fighting techniques from the Kyoshi Warriors.
As you reach in, it's not there.
This is the worst possible timeline.
Wait,
This is Marco's fault. Just remember that, Sheva. Just remember that.
do I have a tech? I don't have a technique, do I? I've checked. Okay, so I still. Cool.
My brain's like
No, but you still read the
working
technique, so it's
over
okay.
time.
You've still read the
Would-
technique.
Yeah, you
but,
still read it
like,
and learnt
I
it.
still have the knowledge of it, but I never took time to practice it based on the scroll. So
But-
Well, no,
it's
but
not
here's
gonna
the
do me a
thing.
whole lot of
But
good.
no, but here's the thing. Is that true? Because if your mind and memories are still the same, memories are not just esoterical; they are physical things. They are physical neurons.
Yeah.
So if your memories are still intact, it's not just your memories are the same. Your body's the same. There are no new scars. There's no new markings. Your bodies are as they are. The only Al's sunburn hasn't disappeared. It's just gotten better. It's not that it's suddenly gone. It's just he's not as sunburnt anymore. Your bodies haven't changed that much in response to this time change.
My hair's still cut. Cool.
Your hair is still cut.
Al's
Cool.
head's still cut too.
It's not there.
Nice. Oh.
Your tattoos still look. Your tattoos still
Always
look great
fresh.
though. No, tattoos look awesome.
Well, yeah, I'm just
That
thinking now,
sounds-
like, I'm sure, like, I'm just like whispering to Shervin, like, I'm sure, like, he doesn't need him right now, right? Like, you could just shoot him away, like, let him know, like, maybe a couple of days from now, we can, like, you know,
That
give you the
explains
food.
that.
You know what I mean?
Standing
Like,
right here. Like, do you really think I'm not going to hear what you're saying? Come on.
oh,
what's
sorry,
going on?
What? No, that wasn't directed at you. That was something else. Anyway, so as I was saying, it can't be.
Do I have
It's-
any money?
What's
So
what's
you're
going
looking
on
rather
here?
intentfully at this here.
I
Oh,
really
So
don't
who are you?
understand.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get their stories straight before I take them back, just in case the other delegates have said things.
The delicates. Sorry.
Delicate delegates.
My name's Jen.
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 Yeah, Jen.
Cool tattoos.
Yep. What? I'm
Where are you
really,
from?
I'm really a bit confused. Oh, from the Earth Nation, a bounty hunter. I was employed to bring you back to your father. I thought you'd be happy about this. I thought you'd been like kidnapped, and I was really
was.
not given a proper mission brief.
No, you weren't.
Well, I mean, neither were
For
we.
a
We
brief
were
period of time, I think. I believe.
Yeah,
Then we
Listen
got
too long.
out.
Just let me take you back to your dad, huh? Like, Trevor and I can take you back to your dad.
Where is
Dad.
that, by the way?
Yeah, is he Fire Nation, Earth Kingdom? Are they
Where
at
am I?
Big Bossing
Like, am I
Say?
getting passing say, or like back to
Beifong.
Beifong Estate?
What do you mean back at the Beifong estate?
What do you mean? What do you mean back at the Beifong Estate?
Do we
That
get
was-
you also got the names
That was
wrong,
destroyed, obviously.
Okay, that's.
We were kidnapped. How are we supposed to know that?
I don't know.
Does he
I
at
s-
Bossing Say now?
Well, the Fire Nation encampment outside the walls of Basing say, yeah.
Why is there a Fire Nation encampment outside the walls of Bossing Say?
Sure. Must be
How's
some sort of
everyone
like
on the
a
phone
good
state?
thing.
Well, she like looks towards Sherva, like kind of asking for help a bit, looking a bit sort of
Sherva's
shocked.
currently unavailable at the moment. Please try again.
No.
Please
I'm
leave your name and
available.
number.
I'm dying of heat, but I'm available.
Trevor's in a
peaceful?
meeting right now.
Well, Mako, where have you been the last couple of days?
Well, I got out of the tower. You know how it be. You leave the tower.
What tower?
And then the library.
Oh, right.
Do you remember seeing him when the library disappeared? Like,
No.
we would've
We
been nearby.
lost them when they went in the doors, and so we sent in some. You sent in some of the troops and a priest to go fetch him, and then the next thing we know, the building was being collapsed.
Ah, I see.
I had a lot of fun writing this.
Oh my god! What's it like knowing that you killed a bunch of people?
Oh my god. I'm
wait.
thinking back to every single thing I've done in this campaign so far and trying to
doesn't
think of
exist.
how else it has been twisted.
What's
I'm
your
trying to think
feeling?
of-
Talk me through. What are you
Wait.
thinking right now, Shiva? What are your thoughts? What do you think is happening?
Well, I'm trying to think about all the different encounters we've had and the conversations we've had where I've stepped in
Yeah,
to stop
There's been a
Mako
lot.
getting in trouble.
it's been a lot.
No, that's
has been a lot.
too many.
That's the scary thing. If I wasn't there for any of them.
I should be dead.
No,
How are
Not-
you not?
not dead. Dead.
Or at least I should be in prison somewhere.
No, not in prison.
Wait. So when have you
The
stepped in for me?
wheelbarrow stunt still happened.
Yeah, no, it would have.
Yeah,
I was independent of
that's amazing.
Shiva. Wheelbarrow stunt
No,
still
the-
happened.
Sherva was trying to bail me out of the braces. So it probably would have had to work for us to get away.
Insane.
And,
I'm impressed it worked.
Yeah, that's
Potentially,
actually more impressive.
potentially someone else might have helped. If Shiva wasn't there to help. Who else friendly did you know in that town?
The guard?
Oki stepped up and helped talk to the guard as well.
Or that old sandbender.
Yeah,
That insane
possibility.
man. The insane man saved me.
The guy
You
I
would've
was thinking
believed
more the guy that. So, Jen, just quick question. So, Fire Nation outside Ba Sing Se. I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's not peaceful.
Well,
if
they're obviously
by your
demanding.
reaction.
They're obviously demanding the Dai Li agents who kidnapped the son of the Fire Nation ambassador return the Fire Nation ambassador. The Earth Queen's saying that it wasn't the Dai Li, but there's a lot of evidence that it was. So it's
It
getting a bit
was.
tense there.
Just
And
was?
you're Earth Nation,
was,
though,
yeah.
aren't you?
Yeah, well,
So-
Okay,
What?
well.
I like to
So-
think of myself as belonging to any nation that can pay me.
Okay. Well, that answers my question. I'm trying to figure out where you lay.
So we're actually heading to the same place.
Yeah. That is.
Right.
We should accompany them on the way to Ba Sing Se to make sure they don't slip out from behind us. Otherwise, you're not going to get paid.
Yeah, there's no way I'm letting these little
How do you do the
weevils
parallels?
get out of my sight ever again.
yeah. Just out of curiosity, how are you gonna paralyze me?
Oh, easily.
Yeah, exactly.
She nudges her mount, the Shiashu, and says, "Layla." And you watch as this tongue whips out and strikes you across the side rung. Your body immediately seizes up and you fall to the ground paralyzed.
It's
Just like that.
I'm just like.
Yep.
It's like if
Well,
I,
there goes
if I
half
can
our
talk,
speed.
can I talk
What do you
with like
mean?
a clenched jaw or something? That's like a.
It's almost like all your muscles have gotten
That's full
incredibly
body.
soft. So you're like,
I'm just like.
yeah, I wouldn't try doing that. You can bite your own tongue off if you're not careful. Yeah. So
Is
what was
there
that? Sorry
another
about your
reason?
speed. What was that about your speed?
He was
Uh,
kind of powering the boat.
What do you mean?
We're on
What do you
the
mean, what do you
sand
mean?
boat.
Well, I would assume this is a sand ship and he is an earthbender, therefore
Oh,
he would have
right.
been
Well-
sand bending the boat.
Maybe he shouldn't have talked sassily to me.
Can I
So-
will a bit of like sand just
No.
like through some might of
No.
just flicking one bit of sand?
You cannot. You are paralyzed.
Can you undo this thing, or are we just sort of gonna have to hang out till he thaws out?
Ah, yeah. Yeah. She gets off the sheer shoe, walks over, uncorks a little vial and holds it under his nose. This acrid smell goes up your nostrils and you find your muscles sort of slowly unclenching. You're not immediately unparalyzed, but it slowly begins to lose effect as she corks it back up and then gets back on the sheer shoe.
I like to get up somehow groggily, just like and like try and do like some twirl in the spot, like I've got like sandbending moves and try and like flick sand. It just like some real loose bodied, bloody no control. Like I'm up and be flashy. Probably not gonna look very good.
Wait.
Has he wet himself?
He has not.
Okay.
No. Detective.
Precious
Don't
moisture in the
talk about
desert.
those.
Wait, are you still the detective duo?
It's one time.
Are they still the detective duo? Good question.
They would be.
That happened
Because
before.
none of memories or anything have changed. Like none of their
Yeah,
relationships would have changed.
Crocodile in the morning.
That's it. I love it.
Jen,
Yeah?
Miss Jen.
Jen's fine.
What happened at the Beifong state? Because we got kidnapped. We didn't see anything. You said it got destroyed. Who destroyed it?
Well, the Fire Nation and the Dai Li fighting each other, obviously.
Okay. Obviously. And who attacked? It was
That-
okay. No,
So I'm gonna stop you
that
there.
makes sense.
Sounds like a political question. I don't get involved in politics. I'm not paid enough for that.
Good, it's divisive. Starts fire. So I'm just having a little bit of trouble with my feet a little bit here.
Yeah, maybe stop talking.
I'll give them some
She gives
water.
you a look.
Yeah, thanks. I just dribble it. Myself.
I'll airbending the water so it doesn't dribble on his clothing.
He's
Oh.
Listen,
Oh, you're an
lips, top of the
airbender.
lip, tip of the tongue, top of the lip.
Well, you can power the ship then. We don't need him. Layla, she nudges the sheer shoe again. No, I'm kidding.
No!
I'll step Cool. So yeah, we'll just
So am I
Stop
taking you
moving.
back and getting paid or what?
Yeah, like if we're all going
Yeah,
Cells
north.
back. We'll take
We'll
ourselves
travel
back.
with them to Ba Sing Se.
Just a heads up. Surely these other kids are not going to be allowed inside the camp, right? Like, what are we doing with them? Are we gonna? Can I take them? Can I try and turn them in for some money? Do you need them?
They're with me.
I would say that Mako's not going to come easily if we leave his friends behind. So
Sheva, give me a sec. Layla, she nudges the sheer shoe.
I
No,
bolt
no,
like
no,
for some like
no.
cover.
The tongue whips out above you and then comes back in again. She goes, yeah, his consent's not really a factor, if I'm being honest.
I would
I-
still like to do this in a way that I don't lose my job, and that he is still as safe as possible. So keeping him.
Boring, fine. Right.
By the way, my consent does matter when you get paid.
No,
If I say
I was
you'd like to put my-
I was
if you-
paid by your
If you
father
say
to get
put
you
my
back.
life in danger,
No, I was paid by your dad to get you back by any means necessary. And I asked, what if he doesn't
dead or
want to come
alive.
back? Well, he's still be
What if
alive,
he's
just
dead?
paralyzed.
Okay.
If he was dead, I wouldn't bother. I'd just chuck his body in the river and just run away.
Okay, let's have your priorities straight.
Look around
Can I-
the river.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go back to a customer after I've lost the client. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I bring his body back and say, oh, I found him and some water tribe people killed him or something. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Maybe I do get paid sometimes for body recovery. Might be worth trying.
Hey, fair.
Pays,
Is it
pays
a
not
like
so-
how's business? Is it worth like if I start training?
She gives you a long up and down, and then looks at you and goes, for bounty hunting, you've got to have the stuff.
Yeah, your
Reckon
arms
you've
are
got
way
it?
too tiny. Sorry, Marco. Grab your biceps. Need more protein here.
I reckon you should go back to daddy, be a good little boy, and maybe you'll get to do some politics when you're older, hey? She's
daddy?
maybe 2 years older than you, Marco. Maybe just.
Hmm.
Well, I think we can carry this conversation off on the rising ocean of the sand, and just starts scooting. The ship just like slowly just edging just a little bit.
Jen turns back to Chev and goes, "How have you put up with this little shit for so many years?"
She gets paid.
My family is sworn to protect their family. I've literally been protecting him since I was 6 years old. Like,
Oh my God, if you wanted to join, I could be looking for a partner.
I don't
Offers
want to be
open.
hunted by the Fire Nation for abandoning my post. Just a thought.
You can always
then
put in
how
your
am I gonna make
resignation
money?
first. Put in your resignation first. You'd be surprised how much do you make as a guard? Because like, I guarantee you, double bounty hunting.
This
And-
isn't the
and
kind
you
of
get to
job
attack
that I
people.
can resign from.
I hear you. I hear you. Fair
As the
enough.
ship sails away, I'm practicing firebending off the side.
Mako, as you do your firebending, the first gout of flame has a very slight blue tint to it, and it goes back to its normal red. Very much like the blue fire that was on the mast of the ship.
Would Rung notice this, or anyone else notice this?
Nope. Mako said he was going to the back of the ship to practice. Rung's currently
After
sandbending. I'll
seeing
sandbending.
that, I want to sit down and see if I can just sort of like make the blue flame again in my hand.
How are you doing that? What are you focusing on? What's your... Are you tapping into an emotion, to a
I'm
memory, to a...
the fish and how like it felt in my hands, and like trying to be calm, as
Trying to be
opposed
calm.
to what I normally am when I firebend.
What are you normally when you
Calm
firebend?
firebender.
Just for the context.
Normally like anger.
You tap into anger, yeah. So as you try and tap into calmness, and stillness, yeah, your flames look a little bit lighter. Not as blue as they were that very first time, but a little bit lighter. As you tap into the calm.
Huh. I wonder if these are still hot. Oh,
Sherva?
later. We both thought the exact same thing, but,
Yeah.
No,
It's obvious. It was obvious what he was going to do.
but later.
I won't burn you now. I'll burn you later. I'm a gentleman. Come
Burn
on.
you later. Come on, I have respect.
Promise or a threat.
The boat takes off. Jen is easily able to keep up on the back of Layla.
Even with two of us powering the ship?
What was that, sorry?
Even
Even
with
with
the
two
two
of
of us
you.
powering the ship?
The Shiashu is very quick. It moves with this very fluid grace, making this like snuffling noises as it runs. This sort of weird sort of snuffling noise. If any of you have seen the anime, it's the Avatar.
It's June.
It's June's grandmother.
Yeah.
Jen.
I literally based my entire character off of June.
Oh, amazing! All right, well then this is awesome. This is like then this is awesome because in a kind of weird circular way, maybe some of the things that Jen has picked up from her time with you get passed on to June,
Yeah.
her granddaughter.
Maybe.
Some of those
that's where I got the
mannerisms.
idea of having the whip and everything.
So it's now circular. Yeah. So Jen does not have a whip. She doesn't have a whip. She has a short sword. But yeah, this might be where she gets the whip idea from you, and having seen you in action with the whip. So now you have very much inspired the character who inspired you.
Oh god.
Oh, I know that character now.
My brain hurts.
Thanks, Google. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so her beast is like a massive anteater looking thing.
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
mole
Essentially.
crossed with a Shiashu.
Star-nosed mole.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And a
Oh, that's
weasel?
wicked. I was like, this sounds so
giant
familiar.
anteater. It's a combination of giant anteater, wolf, and star-nosed mole.
Yeah.
Terrifying. Your friend's
Terrifying.
interesting, Sherva. I'll say as I'm just bending some sand and cruise through. Very direct and kind of terrifying. For the whole paralysis trick. I'm still feeling my face sag a little bit, but it's coming back to normal. Slightly.
Can she
Yeah,
hear
might
any of this?
Take a bit of time. Oh yeah, she's riding alongside you guys.
Mm.
Okay. I lean in really close to Rung and I'm like, I have no idea who this person is.
Okay, I thought there might have been like something. Okay. I look over at Jen, like, Yeah, I give her like a look like.
She gives you a look of pure disgust back. And focuses on the horizon again.
I think she likes me. Back to stand bending.
Wrong. She likes you as much as what's
Cole.
the dick liked Al. Like.
Shah.
Oh no.
Nah.
I don't have time for. You're right. You're right, Joe. I don't have time for women in my life. Back to Sam Bannon. Just me and the rocks.
And Al.
Isn't-
Don't forget him.
And that's right, Al. Al, you're part of this too.
Jen has a bit of a laugh at this, sort of overhearing this part of the conversation, and continues sort of writing. She moves forward. Unless you guys want anything else specifically.
I wanted to ask Jen while we're going specific.
While you're writing, yeah.
Jen, what happened to the rest of the delegates?
What do you mean? Like the delegates are at the Beifong?
Yeah.
Well, they've gone back to, I assume, their various homes. I don't know. I didn't see any of them around the Fire Nation. I was employed by the Fire Nation after what happened at the Beifong Estate.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
As far as you heard, like, I'm not saying, but I won't hold you to it, but none of them died, right? That you know of?
No, there was advanced warning, I think. One of the Fire Nation, I think even possibly Ambassador Bao, had a bit of forewarning that something was going on. He was able to rally the forces and protect most of the delegates and allow them to get out. But, I mean, if it wasn't... I mean, the real hero of the battle, the person who really saved the day was Captain Zhao. If he hadn't come in with his troops at the last second, I don't know what would have happened, but he was able to come in and save the day.
How he just could come in so quickly with so many troops.
Ah, impressive.
It's almost
I know.
like they were ready for it.
And that is the mark of a great military mind. And he's been promoted. Absolutely, yes. And I believe he's actually in charge of the campsite outside the Balls of Bar Sing Se at the moment.
We can't go there.
Cool.
What was that? Sorry, Andrew?
Cool.
You can say it a bit louder. You can say it a bit louder. No, you can say it a bit louder.
We can't go there.
She doesn't hear this because you did whisper it under your breath. Yeah.
Okay, so what would I have said to my dad?
I love you.
No.
Daddy, I want a pony.
I'm impressed that he got promoted since it is his fault that the Daily attacked in the first place.
What do you mean?
They don't know that.
Just a
I
thought.
thought you liked Captain Zhao.
Oh, I like him. I'm just surprised.
Oh,
Wait.
I mean, I thought you were the one who provided one of the recommendations for his promotion. We quite talked about him with quite glowing recommendation before. I mean,
Yep, you would have.
he was also one of the ones who sent us to fetch Mako. I mean, obviously
He is a good man, but I honestly didn't think, even with my recommendation, that
Oh no.
Bao would actually listen to me. I'll be honest.
Oh well, I mean, it's outside of Ambassador Bao's hands. I mean, obviously with the peace summit falling apart, there's no real point having ambassadors advocating for peace. I mean, he's been made to look a little bit of a fool, if you don't mind me saying.
It's turned back into anger firebending.
And the flames go back to red. Flames are red once again, Mako.
Andrew, what are you thinking?
Oh, just that it's all very bad. All very, very bad.
Sounded
at
like
the
you'd
moment.
realised something. I want to. What is it you've realised?
That's what I want to know.
There's something that I think you've been given enough clues now that I reckon you would be able to figure it out.
I feel like
Yep.
I was the only one who went to talk to him.
To Zhao.
Zhao. And Sherva would have... Because I probably would have lost her at some point, somehow. Because it's only after then that we did everything.
How far? Wait. Okay, what exactly was your wish?
His exact wish was, I want to undo my mistakes. That's what he said.
Undo my mistakes.
The intention that he put behind it was to, rather than... your intention was to tell your father about what Commander Zhao was planning. What
You
Captain
tell him
Zhao
what's
was
going
But
on.
you didn't know what Zhao was planning
No.
without me. I was there.
Yep.
I used
Yep.
my badge of authority to get given the plans and get
Yep.
told the plans. So I
Yep.
still would have known about it all. And then we would have gone back to your father.
Now, this is a bit metagame. but I
Remember,
didn't
remember there
roll
was a dice
100%.
roll. You didn't roll
Yeah.
100%. That's right.
So,
Because remember, you gave a very your wish as you
my
worded
wish
it
was
was
vague. It's very vague.
so bad. It was I want to undo my mistakes.
Yeah,
That
because I
is
didn't
so
understand.
open to interpretation. It's
I,
not funny.
like,
So we had
as
you roll a
the-
percentile dice to see how clear it was in your mind. I believe your roll was a
40
93.
94?
93.
93, yeah.
So there's a
93,
7% leeway of misinterpretation of this wish.
Yep, I think I know what's happened and I can't change anything now. And it's going and bite us in the butt.
What are you
A lot-
thinking?
A lot of butt
What's
biting.
different?
Not really, not much. Either way, he probably would have been promoted.
Probably a good
As a
thing.
hero.
Promotions are good. Probably a lovely guy.
As opposed to being a hero who attacked the people who who went missing and wanted to attacking the Daily.
Yeah, well, I mean, as I said, try not to get involved in politics, but it does sound like the Fire Nation's pretty pissed.
I don't want to see it.
Alrighty.
What are you thinking, Andrew?
I think he's got it. He
There's
looks
a lot of ways
concerned
this
enough.
can go.
He looks concerned enough.
I'm not so sure,
There's
actually.
so many possibilities, like not just that situation at all. Like
I'll tell you right now,
there's
I
so many
haven't. It's not
knock-on
gone any
effects that I
further back
didn't think
than.
of.
It hasn't gone any further back than episode 0. So I've not gone any further back than when
Yeah.
you guys have been playing the characters. Just so you know.
Helpful.
Yeah, no. Just
Thanks for
since then
that.
as well. Like since then,
I'm
all,
sorry,
like-
I'm not the arsehole who made the vaguest
Oh my
wish I've ever heard. I want to undo my mistakes. I could have had a field day with that. I could have really had some fun. This is not a
Hey, you should have
benevolent.
had a field day. I would have had way more fun.
I got you to roll. I got you to roll dice. This spirit is not necessarily a benevolent entity. You had no idea about its intentions or what it wanted. All you heard was that it granted wishes, and you went, "Boom, I'm in." You have no idea of the knock-on effects.
Yeah,
of this.
like,
You
and I
did not
heard
even
that
ask about
all I heard was it grants your most desired wish, and that's it. I'm like,
Yep.
cool. I'm like, cool. It just takes from something from my heart. Got it.
And we
Oh
got
my
you to roll.
God.
We got you to roll percentile, and there have been some consequences of this.
So how about we don't go there?
Wait, hang
As
on.
a thought.
What? Hang on. What?
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry. We go there, but don't go there. Two different places. There are two
Jen
different
looks at
places.
Sherva. I fucking told you this would happen. I told you he would try and wriggle out.
We go to the Fire Nation.
Okay.
We don't go there.
Okay. Where do we go? That's close. I'm not working overtime for this. We've already worked overtime. I have to run through this.
How many days were you hired for? What's your rate?
You think you can match me? She looks at you, like half dressed in sandbender clothes, the remnants of your old clothes. Like she looks at you. I don't think you can afford me right now.
Not right now. Not right now.
So I can't believe I'm considering this. Where am I taking you now?
Just hang on a sec. Just hang on one sec. That's something we still need to decide.
Is
Guys,
there
where
any
can we go?
other firebender camps around here that you remember seeing on your way through?
I mean, I guess there's the scouting party that were at the Oasis. We could head back there.
Yeah, I don't think the Oasis would be too bad of a decision.
But they're not going to have the money to pay me. That's not. I was told to deliver Mako to his dad. His dad's at the Oasis.
When you say the Oasis, do you mean Misty Springs, the
Yeah,
cultural hub
Misty
of the
Palms.
desert?
That's the one. Yeah, the big iceberg in the middle of the desert.
Multicultural hub.
If I hear that one more, goddamn.
Cultural hub?
Multicultural hub.
Multicultural hub?
Well, no, cultural hub.
The cultural hub.
Layla.
Cultural hub.
And she nudges her Shiashu. The tongue whips out twice, striking Mako and Rung. You both drop to the deck of the ship, paralyzed.
Can I make a
The boat
reaction
instantly
to
slows
dodge?
down.
Can I judo chop the tongue?
You both drop to the deck of the ship, paralyzed. She turns towards you, Shova. That's not hazard pay, right? He was just. I fucking said you heard me. I warned him.
Yeah, look. Out of all of them, that's probably the best one to do that to.
Rung's foaming at the mouth right now, just the foam just going through like the wood floorboards. The ship just like.
She pulls a bottle out.
Enjoying this.
Chucks it to you, Shova. Just wave it under their nose for a few seconds. Don't do it too long, or their brains will melt or something.
And I just start saying multicultural hub, but like while still paralyzed.
Rung could hear that, but when you trailed off, like don't do it for too long, Zephyr. He's like,
Andrew, I want you to say multicultural hub without moving your mouth or your lips. That's what it sounds like. That's what you hear. That's what you hear. Sometimes I wish that Layla could paralyze vocal cords.
I'd be like a ventriloquist.
I mean, she probably could. She just had to get her tongue all the way down their throat.
Yeah, could you?
They
That's a
made
good
it
point.
worse.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Water Tribe girl, can you hold his mouth open for me? I'll just see if I can stick it down.
Not unless Layla wants to get her tongue bitten off. It could be too dangerous for your friend.
Fine. So what? Hang on. What are we doing? Am I not taking you back to the Fire Nation camp? What's going on? What, you don't want to meet Captain Zhao? Okay, hang on. Look, let's think this through. What if? And I can't believe I'm suggesting this. What if I brought you to the outskirts of the camp, and then I went and got your dad and brought him out? Actually, no. I still want to get paid. Shova, why don't you go in and get Ambassador Bao? I'll stay with these.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think we're all agreed. She holds out a hand to shake your hand, Shova. Yep, sounds like a plan. Shova, do you shake her hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
I just look at Mako holding the bottle in my
Lucifer.
hand and I just shake my head at him like, no, you're not getting this until you shut the fuck up.
Jen, seeing you withhold the solution, gives you a really big smile and nods.
Good to see my friend.
Yeah, look, I can fully respect that.
Well,
Yeah.
Like, while Shova has the solution, can Oki sort of go like, what is that stuff anyway? It smells awful.
Trust me, you don't want to know.
It's poop, isn't it? It's definitely poop.
Poop would somehow be better.
What's worse than...
Fermented urine
Oh,
from a dehydrated animal.
that's really gross. You carry that around in a water skin? You get the wrong one.
Strangely enough, that'd still be better.
Owen furiously Googling.
I was just Googling to see if there was a canon explanation for it. There's not,
Yeah.
which means it's up to me. My favorite type. When I get to decide the law like a god. Yeah. It's actually somehow worse than that. Trust me, I hate making it. That's why I keep it in a silk.
It's really gonna bug me now till I find out what it is.
Can I roll for a situation?
Try and figure out what it is. Yeah, go on.
No, not to figure out what it is.
Oh, okay.
Just because I want to ask a question that I'm confused about.
Is Rung still paralyzed?
She hasn't undone Rung or Mako.
I've become like an NPC in Minecraft.
Yeah. What was your? Ask your question
I was
anyway,
working
Shiva.
twice as hard.
Ask your question. Anyway. I know you rolled a 4 and it's a fail, but ask anyway.
I was gonna ask why I would have put Zhao up for a promotion.
I can't give you any suggestions because you failed.
Yeah.
But if you think through, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. So if you think through the course of actions. So from Sherva's perspective, right, what we know for sure now that happened, you weren't with the rest of them when they were captured, the rest of the party when they were captured. So Sherva, you weren't there. It was Oki, Mako, Rung, and Arl who were captured. You weren't there. From your perspective, from Sherva's perspective, the Dai Li would seem to have attacked out of nowhere. Kids go missing. The Fire Nation try and defend the Beifong estate, and then are rescued and saved by Captain Zhao coming in with his soldiers.
But I still knew that Zhao was there and that he stole the plans.
But do you know that now?
Because how that happened.
So there's
before
7%.
Mako told.
There's 7% of.
There's 7% of the wish interpreted, misinterpreted. So I have the basically what I wanted to do is I had it be like when he specified the time.
Wait.
I've used that 7% wriggle room to adjust very slightly the timing, and I could only do it by a little bit. Yes, Andrew.
Did I try to escape by myself at that point? I believe I tried at some point to go away by myself while in the estate.
You tried to you left to go look.
You went.
You left
You
to
went
go
to Captain
Zhao's ship,
and Sherva
I
followed.
caught up to you.
Yes.
You didn't catch up to me.
In this, I would. You figured it out. In this version, it doesn't look like Sherva caught up to Mako. Potentially, Sherva got distracted or sidetracked, or wasn't allowed out. The
So
bluff
I
that
didn't
you
know anything about the plans
it doesn't
and
look
the
like
fact
it.
that Zhao stole them.
Yeah, because
and
the
fact
only
that he had a
opportunity.
ship on shore.
Yeah.
Full of...
Yep. And all the soldiers
How-
training. Doesn't
How
look
did
like you
Mako
knew
get
anything.
the plans then?
Did Mako ever have the plans? You don't know that anymore. That may not have happened. He may have never got the plans.
Oh my god. Then what would he have told his dad about?
Exactly what he saw. Captain Zhao with a number of soldiers training him on the beach.
Yep.
They were preparing.
I hate this.
So technically, they still have the maps.
They still have
You
all
don't-
the
you don't know.
plans.
You don't know.
Well, hypothetically.
Possibly.
If we didn't take them, they still have all the plans and therefore are probably already breaching the wall.
Why do you think they're at the wall?
They would have gone there either way.
Yeah, but now it can be under a different tone.
Yeah, now they could
Let us set
potentially
your
already
walls.
be
We're-
drilling
we're-
in.
We want to get our one of our members back. You stole them. We're going to protest at your walls where we need to set up to put this giant spirit thing at.
Andrew, why? Just that's all I had to say. Just why? Like this wish of all wishes, you.
Can I just say, if he hadn't rolled a 93% on the interpretation, can you imagine how much worse it could have been?
Yeah. If you had taken his second roll, which was a 16.
Was it really? It was too.
Yeah, the world would be crumbling down around us at this point.
Oh, that would have been lots of fun. Yeah.
So enough about how I messed up. Okay, how you going?
I'm just here for the ride.
To be honest, not much has changed for Oki. Like, to be perfectly honest.
Not much would have changed for most of the delegates.
Yeah.
No.
They would have still been in the cafeteria with Mako when he got taken.
Yeah.
And therefore they would have been taken as well because witnesses, etc. Or they might have tried to fight. So literally nothing has changed for the rest of the group.
Well, you could
Except
argue
that I
something
wasn't
would have.
there.
You could argue that something might have changed for Al's future.
Potentially.
Like the airbenders may not have gotten wiped out.
Ooh.
Oh no.
That'd be pretty brutal if I made it so that Marco's wish had been fully responsible for the change of the timeline that led to the events of the
Well, it's
events.
definitely helped with the Fire Nation's momentum.
Oh, yeah.
but
So
I was knowing
Mako
this,
gave them the
so-
idea of uniting all the nations under the fire benders,
Yep.
and then made it so.
And then when that's not enough, he changes time to
To make it easier for them.
To make sure it's more effective this time.
yeah.
My God.
You actually don't know
okay.
this, but I'm the big bad.
Yeah. At the end of the session,
At this point.
you walk into the Fire Lord's throne room, and the chair's empty. And Marco goes, well, it's been a long walk. I better sit down. Walks on up and sits in the Fire Lord's chair.
Like
Leans
that
back.
music from the final episode of Rick and Morty comes in. It's like, and you know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Rick
yeah.
and Morty song.
Yeah. As Marco, like he just pulls his hair back into the bun again, steps up and sits on the chair and goes, well,
like
I
a
couldn't have
bowl
done
cut
it
or
without
something.
you guys. Yeah.
How
Couldn't have
close are
conquered the
we
world.
to the camps now?
Yeah, as you sort of say that, Jen looks and goes, "Look at the sky. Stars are starting to come out above you as the sun sets behind the desert below." She sort of looks up and is going, "Oh, I don't know, maybe 2 days or so. If we keep at this pace, you'll have to ditch the boat once we reach the edge of the desert, and we'll be heading along the shoreline. Maybe try and find a boat, a real boat. Be a bit quicker. Head upriver. We've got to cross the river at some point anyway, so may as well be sooner rather than later. And I mean, we
Alright.
could go via the Serpent's Pass. So, I hear that's a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, I haven't heard great things about there, but I think we should
I mean-
probably stop and set up camp soon. So I might, free these guys from their paralysis, I guess. I wave the bottle under Rung's nose.
Oh, drool. Oh, drool. Pulling mouth.
Oh,
I really hope the stench of whatever I just run under your nose has flavored your saliva.
He like does like this gross like snort like all the way back, and he's just like tastes like coal tar soap, and
I thought you were saying a
mucus.
nay there.
No, that's me.
you're not
The
not
tasting
far off
profile
actually.
is this? Oh, really? He's like trying to get like trying to do the thing like with tea drinkers. Like,
Yeah, the
doing all this in
saliva.
front of Sherva. Just
You want to taste?
no. I've already got it. Got a good amount there.
You don't want to swish it in your mouth a little bit?
As I look at you, as I try to swish in my mouth, half my face is still like paralysis. So it's like as I'm trying to swish it, it just it comes out. in a
Half your
big
face is
line
still
in front of me.
paralysed.
Like,
I wave it under Mako's nose. I hope that smells good, mate.
It doesn't. I put my hand up. It's like some sort of like scene in like Rocky. It's like the full like or like
Yeah.
thing like that. Like yeah, but you get used
Sylvester
to it after a
Stallone.
while. And I slap you on the back of this really limp arm.
I just fall straight for
He falls off the ship and gets run over by the sand ship. No.
As we come to a stop, I pass the flask back to Jen.
Oh, thanks.
How long have they been paralyzed?
Probably about 15 minutes by this point. Yeah, quite a
Okay,
while.
yeah, it wasn't like half a day. Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Oh, it wasn't like
Too
half a day. Yeah, 6 years. That'd be pretty funny. No, I'm not going to do that to you guys. Yeah, so I mean, if we're heading through this way, we can get to the edge of the desert, and pass through some forests. We can try and take a boat across Full Moon Bay, maybe get to the ferry way station, take a train to Ba Sing Se, get off in the outer wall. Otherwise, we can try and cross the more eastern end, take the mountain pass, and come through the wall
I feel
that
like
way.
Be the
taking a
most
train
direct
wouldn't be
route.
very safe if there's a bounty on his head and you want the bounty for yourself.
Well, I was thinking of like putting a bag over his head or something.
No.
Why not?
What are you, his girlfriend? True.
She laughs at that. Nope, she does laugh at that. That's what I've been saying.
You said something about serpents?
Yeah, the Serpent's Pass. We can, if you want to stick to land the whole time, we want to cross over and get to Ba Sing Se. Take the Serpent's Pass. It's the only way to go via without taking a boat. So a little bit out of the way, though. We're going to have to head, rather than heading north, we're actually going to have to take a bit of a detour over towards the west.
How many days does that add to our trip, do you reckon?
Walking? Oh, doubles it. Doubles our time.
I don't know, trains are pretty cool. I was secretly hoping for the train because I don't think air nomads would ever take them, and he's always wanted to take one.
Yeah.
I think taking a boat would be a good idea. I'm sure Oki would love that.
Oki's vote is for a boat. Like, she's like, I mean, hell, we could even make a raft. We could cut down a couple of trees and have some rope, lash something together. Make a makeshift boat, buy one, steal one.
We could just take the ferry that costs 2 copper pieces each.
Well,
Oki
that
is a
less
waterbender.
interesting.
I'm sure she could get us across a lot faster.
Okay,
I
sure.
like your idea of...
We just need a boat big enough for all of us.
And that beast.
What beast?
Would they let you bring your lovely pet there on the ferry? Or on a train?
The tiny what's your partner called, Oki? I can't remember the name, sorry.
Oh,
No, we're talking
Balto.
about the mole,
Balto.
the
Just talking about
anteater.
Layla.
Oh, sorry, talking to Layla.
Layla,
Oh.
that's one. Layla.
No, I got across the ferry, no
Yeah.
troubles. As long as I keep Layla calm, it's not a problem.
Its tongue in its mouth.
You've got like PTSD at this point.
That's a
You're
section-
just like, I don't want to be
Section at
near
the back
it.
for livestock. Can keep it there.
No, it's
You might
actually
eat one or
called
two of them.
numb face.
My question is, did you deserve it?
Well, I was going to do something.
If you have to answer, then yes, you did.
I
I mean, the cultural hub is pretty important.
feel like this has brought out Rung's like true voice.
Right,
Rocky.
so make a decision now because it's going to affect where we head. Are we taking a boat?
I
Are we
guess
going to
we're
make our
going
own
boat,
boat? Because we can do
right?
it ourselves if you want. If you don't want to take a public boat, we can do it ourselves and cross the river at a narrower point, and it will be a bit quicker.
Can
Okie
you
dokie
part
dokie. Can you
these?
make a boat?
Same as anyone else can.
Can you part the water? I
Ooh.
heard some guy could do it. Really famous.
Roses.
Maybe with like a really big full moon with like a lot of practice, but
So you're not
right
doing
now the most I can do is like maybe a 5-foot cube.
that. Okay. So puddles. You can work with puddles.
What if
is that-
Arl makes a big
else?
air ball and you cover it in water and we... As he tries to make like the sound of like the bowl flying across the water, just more spit just flies out across.
Yeah.
Maybe we just stick to boats.
Mako, was that waterbender that you're talking about? The same guy who waterbended water into wine?
No, that was a different dude.
That was a street performer who travelled around and did those gimmicks. It was just a bit of red dye
I
up his
was
sleeve.
told it was a hoax, and he just waterbended the wine into the barrel.
And he like,
from the
I
black.
also
Yes,
heard
he
that
just
like,
had some red
split,
dye up
like-
his sleeves and water bended in.
I also saw that like he split up like bread to feed like millions of people.
It's not even bending anymore.
No, it's
No,
not.
that wasn't bending. It wasn't bread. It was paper cutouts of bread.
Ah, that makes more sense now.
He had them all arranged into a big loaf, and then he just took sheets of paper off. Really lame, if you ask me. Just really shit. Just a shit bit of magic.
Just like a big bread clip and everything, big thing of Wonder White.
I mean, he thought he was hot shit. I mean, he was walking around like he was fucking god or something. Blame himself.
It wasn't Peng, was it? It sounded like Peng would do.
Hang on. What was that name?
Peng.
Pung?
Very.
Pung.
Very, Pung?
Yeah. Pung. Yeah, that's the name.
Very up himself earth guy.
That's yeah.
Talk about his father like this.
Yeah, he's a confidence trickster. claimed to be the son of a noble sometimes, got his way into all sorts of events and stole vast amounts of money.
Hey?
Oh, wait, what?
Oh wait, no, sorry. I'm thinking of Lung. No, sorry. The name sounded so similar, I was confused for a second. No. And this was 20
Okay,
years
cool.
ago. He'd be a man by now.
What would Long sound like?
Oh, he had a very deep voice. Yes, very powerful,
no.
booming, deep voice.
Don't worry about
Firm
it.
handshake.
No, okay, not the same person,
I
definitely.
mean, I'm not great at impersonations, but I think he sounded a little bit like this. Well, hello there. Yeah, a little bit like that. I think.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
I like your
Jen.
voice there.
Yeah, I think he sounded a bit like
Powerful
that.
fool,
Very
man.
dark hair, very dark eyes, I think, as well. Yeah. For those of you who don't understand why Ali's laughing, in the D&D campaign, there's a dark god called Varys who's been kind of manipulating a couple of members of the party. That's a very accurate description of him, and that voice is...
I've seen the Pokemon, the Vaporeon.
Yeah. Vaporeon, you mean the Umbreon, right?
Oh, the Umbreon, damn it.
Umbreon.
They know I don't play
sorry.
Pokemon, Ali. Quick, I gotta go now, quick.
I know. 'Cause I was- when I picked the voice for Varys, I wanted him to be very classy, very confident, bordering on arrogance, but a little bit kind of a bit charismatic, where you kind of trust him because he's a warlock patron, and people sign their souls away to this guy for power. Like, he's got to be a little bit convincing. And so I finally decided on this voice. Oh, a lot of
That's
fun.
the voice you used for one of the one. Oh, yep.
I've used this voice before. It's a good one. I based it off of
Yeah.
Lucifer. Hello, darling. Hello, detective. That's it, yeah.
That's where I knew it
Hello,
from.
detective.
Lucifer,
Yeah, that was
like
the-
the devil? Exactly.
Exactly. My devilish charm. Yeah, no, it's definitely based off of Lucifer. Like, a little bit camp, just a little bit. But that somehow kind of makes him even more manly. I don't know. He's
Powerful.
in touch with his side. It's all about desires, isn't it? What do you desire? Tell me. Come on. Yeah, sorry. Back to Avatar Legends.
Derailed completely.
That's just the teaser trailer to why you should watch the other one.
Tyranny of Dragons. We're up to episode 83, I think. Something ridiculous.
Really?
On the podcast, because I was splitting them in half for a while. Yeah, we're in the 80s on the podcast because I was splitting the episodes in
Far
half into
out.
halves. But in total, episode 63 was awesome. And I genuinely think we're going to make it to about 100, maybe 100 episodes. We're just over halfway at this point. You guys are so slow. Much like these guys right now, derailing the
Yeah, we're
conversation.
spending time.
I'm going to do a time skip because you haven't asked any significant questions of this character of Jan. Time continues well into the night. If you wanted to take shift sleeping, Jan does sort of lean back into the saddle of her sheer shoe, closes her eyes, lies back, and sleeps while the sheer shoe sort of bounds around. Looking at her, you have no idea how she is managing to sleep on the back of this thing. It is moving quite rapidly, big fluid vertical motions as well as side to side motions, but somehow she seems to be having a good kip.
So it doesn't stop, it just keeps moving.
It keeps running. This thing
Can we
seems
count for the night?
tireless.
Is it just doing loops around?
Is it what? Sorry?
It just drifting
Aren't we
in the
camped for the
sand.
night?
No, not yet.
is it
You
just
guys
doing,
didn't say you were going
loops
to camp.
around?
You didn't say you were going to camp. Did you want to stop for the night in the desert and camp?
I did say that.
Yes.
Oh,
I
sorry.
just don't think
understand.
anyone heard.
Sorry. In that case, sorry. And then quick retcon. There's a series of
I
rocky
could just keep
outcroppings.
sand bending, and then when my time's up, I could stop, and then Al could
could
take
take
over
Yeah.
for a little bit, and then
So
when
when
we
we
stop.
stop, both of you need to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I
Um,
mean? That's how we could get a little bit extra time in, but aside from that.
I think let's give
Why
you
do
guys
you
a
guys
chance.
want to get to the enemy sooner?
Yeah, we really need to plan this out more.
Less time in the sun. We're still not gonna get there straight away, but we're gonna get there a little bit sooner, which is more time to plan and build boats, perhaps.
You think I can lose her on the train?
In
No.
that case, you guys find a rocky outcropping jutting out from the sand that looks like it's high enough to possibly be safe from worms.
Oh,
As you guys. What was that? Sorry.
Shova, I need your help for a second once everything's set up.
You guys set up your small shitty tent. Sherva, you are amazed to find strapped to the back of the sheer shoe, which does have a double saddle. There's a tent there, and it is just handed over to you.
Cool.
Jan just hands you a tent. Jen, sorry, just hands you a tent.
All right, cool.
Did you want?
Set
Did
it
you
up
want your
next to
sleep?
theirs.
Do you want your bedroll too?
Yes, please.
She just grabs it off the sheer. She hands it to you. There you go.
Thank you.
We have bedrolls?
You look. You have 2 bedrolls on the stand. Oki still has her hammock. Only 2 bedrolls because she couldn't afford any more than that.
Yep.
Because without Shova
Because
selling
I
her
couldn't
armor,
sell all of my stuff.
Where's the
I
calculations?
forgot how much
Oh, here it is.
impact that had.
massive.
We have 2 bedrolls between 4 of us.
Plus the big
Okay.
tent.
3 of us. 3 of us. Oki's
Plus the
sleeping
towel.
in the hammock.
Oki, yeah. 2 bedrolls between the 3 of you.
This doesn't seem like the right book.
That's okay
No.
because taking shifts in that it'd be fine.
We can get comfy.
Yeah, but before that, I grab Shova and I test out the blue fire to see if it's hot on her.
So how do you access the blue fire? Talk me through. How do you access it?
So I sit back down and I first sit down Shova and be like, I need your help with something. Just hang on a sec.
What? What now?
I just need to make sure. First off, I'm not crazy and see what it does.
Not cravid.
She's not even a firebender.
Okay.
This is gonna...
No.
He just wants to literally light me on fire and see if it hurts.
I don't know what to tell you. All right, I need you to. So
then
you're
I'm
going
gonna
to
do
be doing a balance roll. So what I
Oh,
need you
no.
to do, yeah. So basically the way this works is I need you to roll me a d6. You want to get as high as you can on forgiveness. So you need to roll a d6, and it's going to be -1 because you are
Forgiveness?
1 step towards action. Yep,
I'm gonna get a
because
0.
to access your blue flame.
Oh, no, I'm
shit,
not.
6. -1 is 5. Okay. At first, as you focus and summon the flames, Mako, you watch as they sort of take on their normal orange-red. And then as you concentrate and begin to let go of the anger that you're feeling inside of you, the confusion, the fear, and just focus on the flame itself. Remove all other distractions. There's just the flame in the void. And you watch as the flame begins slowly turning blue. Shova, you witness this. The flame takes on this sort of blue appearance first, and then fully turns blue. What do you do with it, Mako?
With the flame, I sort of reach out and try to touch Shova. Just no, don't touch. Just hold it close to her hand to see if it's.
Shova,
got
it
any heat to
instantly
it?
is warmer. It is warmer than his flames have been previously. It is hotter.
That actually, you're not even touching me with it, but that actually really hurts.
Oh, okay. It's not what I thought it was.
You've literally been throwing fireballs at me since you knew how to, and this hurts more, and it hasn't even touched my skin.
Oh, that actually sounds depressing now.
It's how you used to get away as a kid. You'd throw a fireball in my face and run.
So
This is canon
they
now. This
didn't
is canon
hurt?
now.
they didn't hurt.
They
Never had
hurt,
eyebrows?
but this hurts more. This is a lot hotter.
Okay.
How are you doing
It's not
that?
what I'm. This isn't what I thought it was then. That's. Yeah, I don't know.
How long have you
I
been able
actually
to
don't
do
know.
that?
The spirit fish. Since the spirit fish.
Okay, but since the first spirit fish or since the second spirit fish? There's been a few incidences of spirit fish.
Oh no! Since I touched the flame on the bow and then I grabbed the spirit fish.
Oh,
technically since
right
the
before
flame.
you screwed everything up. Got it.
We don't know that. Okay, yes, fine, but pros and cons. We're not wanted criminals anymore. I think. We're just wanted. They can go live a normal life now. All their family seems alive.
We have to find a way to get them back to their families, though.
Actually, I'm pretty sure my family happily left me here.
God.
Actually, yeah, yours would have.
I mean, even at the village once, they were happy to see me go.
Yeah,
I
she's
think
gone.
get them to stop me from getting into more trouble.
The wrong
I'm sure
family
there's a
is
lot to
scouring
this
the
story.
mountains.
But yeah, okay. So
So
this
that's
isn't what
brutal,
I thought it was.
but
I thought
not inaccurate.
this was not gonna hurt you, but apparently it hurts more. Interesting.
Can
So-
you not feel the heat of it?
So let's just talk through what happens, like the colors of flame. The more clear and blue it is, the hotter the flame is.
Yes, but I remember touching the blue spirit fire and it didn't hurt.
And Marco, now that you're looking at it, this isn't quite the same as the blue spirit fire. This doesn't look the same at all.
Oh.
This looks very different.
You're a
not
Bunsen
that-
burner.
Yeah, it's
It's
not.
butane.
Someone opened your holes.
I sell propane and propane accessories.
Phrasing. And on that note, everybody.
He's now Hank Hill.
I knew that phrasing
Sort of
was perfect. You got
gaslighting.
the reaction I wanted.
Oh my god.
The opening holes.
Why you talk such filth on my street?
Trevor.
Hiya, chili jam.
Okay, so
I don't
I
think
thought you were
that's
doing
racist.
Uncle Roger.
I was for a second, and then I backed out of it because I realized that potentially a white person doing that
I could
accent.
see. I could see.
I
Yeah,
can see the problem.
yeah, yeah. I could see that too.
It's,
Actually,
I'm
Yeah.
personally offended.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for telling us that. I'm really sorry. How can I make it up to you?
why does that always happen when I do that voice?
You can give him advantage on the next 6 rolls.
All right, there you go, Dave. There you go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm really sorry, Dave. You shouldn't have to deal with this. This is unacceptable. I'll talk to HR.
It's right.
I'll talk to HR. We'll get this sorted out, Dave. No, it's not
I
good.
pretty much do my white person's imitation every day, so it's all good.
Can you do it for us now? Can you do it for us now so we all feel better?
Oh.
Oh my god. Pumpkin spice
Edited
latte.
out of the YouTube video.
You know what? You should just sing. You should just sing "White Woman's Instagram" by Bo Burnham, and we're covered. Like that's. Good cheese.
I love that song. Shut up.
Avocado. Another couple holding hands. It is funny as the person editing this when I can hear exactly what's being cut from as you say, Sherva. It's just not going to make it into the episode.
Oh, I need
Mama miss you. No, I'm not going to do that. So Dave, give us your white person impression. We're getting this cut anyway, so just go for it, man.
Oh, this is my white person impression.
Oh, okay. It's so good. Oh man. Oh,
And the
dude.
gaslighting in the other episode.
That's
that
a
was
white
also
person impression. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Specifically a white male impression. The gaslighting. Absolutely.
I'm crying.
I'm leaving that in. Actually, that's not getting cut. That's too true. We need to call that shit out. It's staying in. Oh dear me. Oh, dear. All right. So I'm gonna try and. Or is this it? Are we done? Is that it? Are we bringing this back? What do you reckon? Is this a good spot?
Somehow.
I think we just stopped for
Coach,
the
I'm calling a
night.
timeout.
We've hit 2 hours. We've had a good run. Like if we end here, it's not the end of the world.
Are we able to do what's it called? The Protector's Burden move
Goat cheese
thingy?
salad. Yeah, of course you can. Yeah. So, if you want to go through those now, absolutely. Yeah, we've had a long rest. Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So I believe I will listen to you more often than not?
Question.
Uh,
What do we think? More often than not. Well, that's a good question. So you can only
Because
go on your
everything's-
memories. No, you can only go on your
Yeah.
memories. Yep, you can only go on your memories. So go from what you know.
I would say right now, yes,
As
probably
listened to your
more often
memory.
than not,
I'd
as
agree.
my memory stands.
I didn't
Have you
kill myself,
have you recently protected them or helped them with a problem? Absolutely. And is there an immediate threat? Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's himself, right?
Yeah. At this point, yes. Okay, so I add a +1 to my roll for each one that is a yes. So that makes it a 9.
Why does my chest hurt?
So I can hold 1.
Paralysis. Your heart's coming back.
Yep. Oh my god.
It's called an arrhythmia.
There's another Bo Burnham song where he's like, if you smell burning toast, you're having a stroke or overcooking your toast.
You're burning your
If you
toast.
smell burnt toast.
That's it.
If you wake up in a house that's full of smoke, don't panic.
Come in, I'll tell you a joke.
a joke.
Should I be joking at a time like this?
Time like this.
Absolutely, Sheva, it's a yes to those. So you get to hold one correct because that takes up to a 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And Rung should do his as well.
Rung, you should do yours for Arl because you have a protector's burden for Arl.
What do I have to roll?
So you have to go through some
So-
questions first.
There's 3 questions. It's under the section that has Protector's Burden. You take a +1 for each yes, and then you roll the dice next to where it says Burden Move.
Okay. Growth questions. Protector's burden. Oh, there we go.
Offended that he's a burden.
Yeah. I know.
Sorry, I just realized
Best
there's still a S there on my character sheet. Let's just remove that S. There we go.
That's weird. It's silent.
No way,
Oh, I
did it
don't
really
know.
still call him Sal? That's so
It
funny.
was from when I first did it. I was like, just had the S there. I'm like, oh. Well, that's a negative to my roll this turn.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's hilarious that you still have him as Sal. So
believe
question number
your ward
1 is,
listens
do you think your ward listens to you more often than not? Do you think Arl listens
I
to you or
believe
does
we
he do his
listen-
own thing?
I believe we listen to each other. Like we're
agree.
a dynamic duo. Like quid pro
I'll
quo
run.
is
I'll
the
run in the
deal.
morning.
I'll
I'd
run in the
agree with that.
mornings. Like
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
agree with that.
we listen to each other. Protected or helped them with a problem. I feel like we had a really good bro situation last session when you were gaslighting that woman, but I was still defending you. Rise and grind,
Lost-
bro. You don't need
Lost
that
Archives
person in your
quotes. Lost Archives quotes taken out of context.
life.
I'll just clip that. No. I'd say there's been. I'm trying to think because basically the way this works is rather than doing it every single session, because our sessions aren't always like a full day. For example, we're doing time not as a sped up kind of like we're squeezing in a full day in 2 hours. So we're doing this every evening basically. Whenever Sherva sleeps or whenever Rung sleeps, they reflect on the previous day, which is the past 3 sessions for you guys for this one.
Yeah, it's just every long rest that
Every
we
long
managed to take,
Mm.
rather than being every session like what the original thing says, because that would be way too often.
Yeah, it's all the time.
Mako would get away with nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, he's got to get
Yeah.
away with some shenanigans. So I would
Gotta
agree.
get
I'd say there
away
have been a
with it.
couple of shenanigans you two have been up to.
Yeah, for sure.
You've helped each other out with. And the last question, I believe, is there an imminent threat to your ward? Rung, do you believe there's an imminent threat to Arl's safety?
Stare directly at Mako.
Yeah. Yep, I'd agree with that. I'd actually, that's an existential threat to Arl's safety. So, and the
It's
safety
like-
of
it's like
everyone Arl knows.
Sleeping, looking at Al, going, "Oh, sweet Al, protect you," and then just
Good
look
night,
at
sweet
Marco
prince.
with impatience. Don't you touch him.
I won't let any nation. Don't you touch my son. I would agree all 3. You can tick all 3,
Yeah.
which means you get to make a burden move roll and then add 3 to it.
What do I roll? Just say.
So
oh, is it-
where it has the name
It's
of your
up
ward, just
there,
under that
it
burden
is.
move has a little dice roll, and then just plus
6
3
plus
to
3
it.
is 9. So that's 9 total, because you get to add
Yeah.
3 yeses. So
So
that's a whole one. So
that
tick
means
off.
that you now have a +1. So there's nowhere to like input that in. So I normally just put it up in the name section. I just add a +1 to the end.
Oh, that's a good
So
idea.
you can do one of those 3 moves at any time with that +1. So you can take a 10+ on any move to defend or protect
sick.
them, track them down even if they're hidden or avoiding you, and figure out what they're up to without them knowing.
Okay,
Really,
that's one.
you're only going to use the first one. 'Cause That's the only one you need for Arl.
Arl's
Yeah.
not going
I
anywhere.
usually use the second one.
I'm just like, what's gonna happen? Where are you gonna be? He's like, I'm gonna be where I'm at. And like, all right, have fun, enjoy yourself.
Then you turn on his
Because
tracking
Rung knows if
device.
it's truly fun that he would invite him.
Yeah.
Aw.
yeah.
Amazing.
It's where you got? Oh, no, nowhere. I'm just like, suspicious.
Suspicious.
But he's gonna see another girl in Gaslighter, isn't he? I'm gonna watch him.
All right. I think Dave has been given enough grief for this. In that moment, in the defense of all of you, keeping you all safe, yes, Dave did gaslight a woman. However, it was to stop his character dying and all of your characters dying. Actually, that's a good point. It wasn't Dave. It was Al who did it. Exactly. Dave
This
accurately
person was
portrayed.
mean, so it's
We
okay.
should- No, we should actually be applauding Dave for his incredible role-playing abilities. Because
It
that's
was
exactly, I
really
think, what
good.
I
That
would
was
do in that
very good.
situation. It was great, and it got
was
you guys out of a
necessary.
sticky situation.
It was Al's first experience with a lady like that, so.
That's fair.
And I'm not
Just
saying it in
as
a
far
bad
as-
way at all. I'm proud of him.
Oh yeah. I mean, like as far as like his experience with women, it's like year 7 where like
Yeah.
that would have happened.
I love
Absolutely.
that you're able to accurately portray what it's like to like never have been with a woman.
Savage. Fucking hell.
It's
No, like I mean that in a good way.
It's really. That's just like. It's not even knifing him in the back. It's like you walk up to him, you get a dagger in his chest, and then as he reaches down to get the dagger out of his chest, you then spin him around and get one in his back.
I
like the
meant
sandwich.
that come out so much more impressed than it sounded.
I needed to protect him from also Sherpa.
That was brutal. Yeah, you need to protect his emotions from Sherpa.
I have
his
a question.
physical
Can I
health.
just read growth questions?
Yes.
Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
Why are you taking growth questions? Why are you taking growth
so-
questions?
No, I just read it. I'm just
okay.
curious. Would changing the course of history solve that? No.
What problem do you think it solved?
It's
It
probably
solved
number
our
1.
problem, but it also caused like a giant one.
It
So,
did
but
not
are you
stop
the-
a dangerous threat, and it did not solve any
No, it's-
specific community problems.
Is this
stopped
the
a
community
dangerous
problem.
of
threat-
exchange?
Yeah.
Is this how this
It
works?
solved a dangerous threat from like 3 people. Like they are no longer like threatened by anything.
Which 3 people?
They are still under threat though, because they are
okay,
still with us, being
Wrong.
taken
Not a
to.
community. You're
Yeah,
a team.
That said,
With it.
what we did do by blowing up the rock
We did
was
blow up the
solve
rock.
a community rock. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
solving a community problem.
Yeah.
What problem have you guys stopped there?
The Fire Nation building electric magnetic weapons.
Have you? How have you stopped it?
Rude.
Oh no,
blowing
we
up
changed
those
history.
walls?
Don't worry. We
We
changed history.
slightly hindered it.
No, we
we didn't
changed
actually
history.
stop
That
it.
didn't do it. That didn't do it.
We
The
Okay, okay,
made
dangerous.
it easier. We blew up the rock, so now they can just pick it up off the ground.
The Buzzard Hornets were a dangerous threat to the Fire Nation.
So we eradicated a
We destroyed
species.
a community of fire buzzards.
They
Didn't
were
we release
controlling
them?
them. They were controlling them with flamethrowers, and you released them onto the Fire Nation when you collapsed the rock. So don't try and pull that shit on me.
We. I did get rid of the whale, the spirit whale, instead of it destroying everything around them.
Was the whale going to
Everything
destroy
still
everything
got
around it?
destroyed.
I don't know. That
Alright.
was the plan.
Rather than you guys try and justify why you deserve a growth, how about I tell you when you've earned it?
Yeah, no, I know I definitely haven't. I was just like curious if there was
I feel like
more
he's hinting at
equivalent.
something.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, the shit
I
you've
fucked
pulled in
up.
the last 24 hours of in-game time, you have not helped anyone but yourselves.
No.
And even then,
Community.
that's questionable. I'm not sure how much you've helped
Yeah.
yourselves with this.
Butterfly effect. There's probably someone out there about to get a new job promotion or something like that, and then you just change time, and now they're on the street.
I mean, Xiao's promoted.
You watch
Looking for
as
spirit
Ang,
fish.
Ang now fades from existence and never. No. Ozai gets a twin. No. Alrighty. I suspect that we are. I think potentially this might be a good place to wrap up. So I think I will
Yeah,
wrap
we're
this up there.
rails.
We'll come
This
in
has been
fresh.
a very sidetracked session,
We'll come in
unfortunately.
fresh.
Well, we've been trying to figure out all the implications of what Mako did.
Oh, man.
It
My
took
favorite-
a full session to unpack what happened.
Yeah.
Why does it seem all the problems are stemming from Marco? Like, I'm just gonna say, I haven't noticed any problems
you know
coming
what,
from any of
guys?
us. Just
Maybe you just
Marco.
leave me behind.
Everything went wrong when the Fire Nation was added to the party.
And the worst part of it all is that he is the person causing all the problems, but I'm sworn to protect him.
Yeah. I
So
think he got.
I can
Yeah.
never leave him behind. I can never, just let him go off and do his own thing. I have to freaking be involved.
Just be an Oathbreaker Paladin.
Oh. The Conquest Paladin.
Marco's on his way to that. All right, lovely people. Thank you so much for joining us. I will see you guys Saturday morning for some Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'll have the session up within a couple of days. I'll probably put it up Saturday night or Sunday, just so they're nicely spaced out so that you've got podcasts dropping every day or so. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and ponder the consequences of your wishes and the price of a wish. Unlike some members of this party, which I Mako. And if you have any suggestions for other consequences, if you have any other suggestions for consequences of the wish, please feel free to chuck them in the comment section on YouTube. I will absolutely be reading them. Chuck them in. Give me some ideas about some things I might not have thought of. If you've thought of something I haven't, absolutely chuck it in. I'd be stoked to see it. Until then, everybody, stay safe, stay well, and I make Mako lives happily ever after.
No.
Mako dies in the next session. Cool. All right. Great. That's a great suggestion. No. Chuck it in the comment section. I'll have a read through it unless you're one of the players, in which case I will make the opposite of what you say happen, unless it's something good, in which case I will not make the opposite happen. We will catch you guys all later. Farewell, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, buddy. Just watching.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Yes. Please like and subscribe. Bye.